their run. So please join me in welcoming from EMEA. They are back one more time, Citadel!
Just on me. Second map was a bit clanky. I think we did good, just like one fight, 2 games, 1 fight, 1 kill, 1 shot, and we just lost it. It's a pure luck, and now we're ready to fight again.
You were warmed up already? You basically just had a full-on warm-up.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you get sat down. Get ready for your elimination match. Let's see if you can keep that dream alive. Once again, join me in welcoming Thieves!
Here to dominate everyone now.
Dominate. So you're going to continue through the rest of this. How much prep have you had for Citadel, or were you potentially expecting that last series to go the other way?
I actually thought it was going to be way a bigger difference. It was actually really close, which I'm actually surprised about. But I think we have a lot of good prep against Citadel. We know what they're going to do, and I think it's just going to be how the game goes.
We will see how the game goes. So 100 Thieves, please make your way to your seats, and please join me once again in welcoming 100.
He's a very, very good player. I think everyone is aware of that.
Very good Captain America, if not the best.
No one can do what he does, you know.
Some call him one-dimensional.
He's very good for his age and very good for his role, but I think he's a very one-dimensional player.
He just jumps. No one else jumps. That's all he does. That's special.
Others say he's the reason you can't stick to your game plan.
It's just annoying. This guy's jumping around. You're gonna have to have 1 or 2 people turn, and then they don't even know like exactly what they need to do.
He's also very communicative from what I've been told, right? I haven't worked with him, but the people that work with him said he's like a really good IGL, so he has a very, very big future ahead of him.
In our time in China, we had a close series against him where we gave him his character, and for 2 games, that was rough.
You can try to ban him out, but that's getting harder every tournament. He's adding new heroes, new layers, and new ways to break your setup.
他的英雄玩的总是非常的灵活。
他总是能出其不意。
I think they're lucky he's not playing DPS. We played him on DPS in a few scrims, and he was also the go on that.
Love him or hate him, you have to respect him.
The things he does for his team is just like unexplainable, you know, like having a player like that.
His presence alone forces teams to adapt. And that's what separates great players from the rest, when the meta shifts around you.
The battle between the Americas and EMEA rage on as we head into our second match of today. Actually the third, but the first lower bracket match today. I am that one Dan, navigating you through all this action. Is alongside me is Matsy as well. And how are we feeling today?
Feeling good, feeling great as we shut the gate on one of these team stories here today, and it's a pleasure to go through this journey together, Dan. These teams are pumped up, and so are we. We are ready for an all-out brawl.
We are so ready. Citadel showing some cracks up against their match recently up against FlyQuest, getting taken down 2-0 down into the lower bracket, and now have to go up against 100 Thieves. And we've talked about this back in the green room, right? 100 Thieves came in with a little bit of strategy, but Citadel were the first ones back in day 1 of the group stage. They were the ones to crack the code that 100 Thieves have really planned out here for the grand finals.
That's right, you know, taking away the group stage matchup 2-1 there. Definitely going to be a bit of a revenge story for the Thieves. You know, I feel like they're on their redemption arc right now, and this could be the spark they need. But starting off on Bernard T'Challa, you know, Thieves have had a mixed record on that map throughout the group so far. Taking away 1 win, a couple of losses there. But Citadel, they've taken away a win on that one. So I guess it's a bit of a mixed bag for both of these rosters.
Yeah, Citadel also have been looking a little bit shaky in their domination type maps. We saw it clearly back when they played against FlyQuest. A team that really hasn't been really finding their stride in these domination maps, but when it came to like these convergence maps, they've been really looking a lot better.
And that's the beauty of playing into a best of 5 compared to a best of 3.
Oh yeah.
Even if they face a bit of mortality into the early stage on domination, they can always have a chance at redemption, a chance to bring themselves back once we get into it.
Getting into it as both the Mantis are going to be removed from either side. So something that's we've been seeing a lot more consistent lately. I know some of us have been a little bit critical about letting the Mantis leak through, but for now, at least in map number 1, we're not going to see any Mantis this time around.
Yeah, no Mantis this time around. Venom will be taking a hold for Citadel, and Thieves have the next ban on the chopping block. Who will it be? It's going to be Jeff. They do not want to deal with the Land Shark today.
No Land Shark on the side for Citadel, getting rid of the Symbiotic Shenanigans as well. A very powerful team up, enabling Jeff, enabling the Venom as well. And because Citadel were able to save that Venom, you put 100 Thieves in a position where you have to go for the Jeff ban. And 100 Thieves will have to ban it away, but they will take the Jeff for themselves.
Yeah, so they can at least take advantage of that impact there, obviously being able to isolate fights and get the flip side through, exactly right. But it's going to be Adam taken away by the Thieves now. No res comp there, but Bucky is going to be stolen away by Citadel here. So not going to be able to take advantage of that key duelist.
No key duelist for Terra. That's really the main target. I'm a little interested to see what Citadel go for this time around. Usually you target out Delena. That's been the key to solve 100 Thieves' setup. But Citadel looking to just limit what Terra can do, and 100 Thieves in response will take away that Karmic Revival.
That's it, not going to be having anybody born again. Maybe the Daredevil, but who knows? They might be looking to say something else here. Next ban on the block, it's Rocket. So, going to be taking away a little bit more of that resurrection possibility there, but the Sia offline as well does limit them a little bit.
Yeah, the CYA very, very strong on the ability. Me personally, I don't really understand why that buff really came in, but a lot of these teams have taken notice, not only through the CYA, but also the BRB, which has been very, very strong in staggering and stalling out these fights. But Citadel, look at their final save. It's going to be the lawyer himself, who has been really, really good, not just to dive onto the enemy backline, but also to detect them as well.
Yeah, taking this one to court, and it's all in their favor. Going to be protecting that Daredevil through for Tanuki there, but they also slice away the Psylocke. So Citadel not going to be able to take advantage of that. That is going to hurt them here, but Delena is going to be looking to play right into it.
Another thing to note, Tanuki on that Daredevil now, you kind of shut down what Delena can do. Delena, we saw him play the Psylocke up against their match against Reject, albeit it was a little bit difficult for him to get used to the environment, but with the Daredevil pick, you don't have to go for a Psylocke ban. You don't have to invest more into it. You can just save the Daredevil, and that's gonna probably, in theory, deter 100 Thieves from putting Delena on that Psylocke. But for now, it seems like they will rock it for the time being.
Yeah, looking to take advantage of that. Looks like they're going for a bit of a 3-2-1 composition, at least initially here. Maybe trying to focus on just getting a solid hold over the initial mission area into this one. Once they manage to convert a bit of percentage in their favor, then maybe they look to change the pacing of their composition here. But obviously nothing set in stone just yet. You know, I think that millennia likely to change into this one. Always a good bait and switch, and there you go. We're not going to see Hulk today.
And now the gates open up, both teams ready to go. 100 Thieves on the left, Citadel on the right. It's time to fight.
Time to fight and time to enter the good night for one of these teams here. But already trading jabs up front, Terra going to be scouting ahead, looking for their next target. They've spotted Enzo trying to take their hold on top of the statue there. Vinny one and the same, just trying to see if they can zone out one of these strategists. Melio has just been so cheeky right now, focusing them up high. Terra in big trouble, and there's the opening for Polly.
We saw the cinematic bit for Polly, and he shows us why you demand his attention as we have to settle things down almost immediately as we experience a pause between that first fight. But so far, on paper, great picks coming in from Citadel, taking out Terra relatively early. Harvey also getting taken out as well. So that's a great early advantage, and in theory, Citadel should be able to take early control of that site.
Yeah, they were looking good at just targeting down those key players there. You know, finding Harvey, finding Terra really does cause a bit of calamity for the Thieves here. They have to try and regroup, restructure the way they want to approach this one. So eager to see how Citadel can further their pursuit onto this one and look to zone them out even more.
Yeah, so far Citadel also rocking a very, very dive-heavy composition. Enzo and Polly, the Venom and the Captain America, respectively, to try to aid Tanuki in going for these dives. And Tanuki as well, he doesn't have to go for those knockouts necessarily. He's also there to provide information. That Daredevil can really see through walls. He can see you all, and 100 Thieves have to be careful when they want to go for these dives and look for off angles, because they're going to get detected right away.
Couldn't agree more, you know, in one in the same, Terra playing a similar role there, you know, scout and swipe through the information, see if they can zone out a KO for their team. But for now, Citadel have found the success into this one. It looks like we're back into the action, and we are going to be seeing more KOs zoned through. Millennia in a lot of trouble there, but it's TTK to hit the rubble first.
But so far, the point, not only until now, gets in control of Citadel, so they should be able to breathe a little bit, but they have a lot more work to do. They want to not give 100 Thieves any sort of room and force 100 Thieves to maybe even the best key ultimate to try to even make way to get access onto the site, as Tanuki is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, is going to try to bother the backline, but is going to back away to safety and let that push and pull, the ebb and flow of the battle with this dive composition.
Tug of war never ending here, but the Rage of Ultron is just beginning. Gonna see it's Jeff coming out with the dance as well. Delena, good timing on that. Doubles down on the strategist there. Melio still alive, still kicking. They do get the trade, but the parade is over. Millennia taking a dive, take a bow, and that will further their endeavors here. Freedom Charge comes out at the right moment, but the KOs are still favoring the Thieves. The portal could help them contest here, but do they commit to it? Because the mission area is already in the Thieves' favor.
Great plays coming in from 100 Thieves, focusing down the key strategists of Alex and Ken and Melio off the rip. So Citadel, even though they had their ultimates available, they cannot afford to use it or else it'll go to waste. And 100 Thieves, now it's their turn to be in that driver's seat as they climb closer to close that gap between Citadel. But Citadel looking to get the retake down. Tanuki gets the opening frag, but Terra takes to the skies, lasers down Melio. Can he find another? But it's all good because this is a great zoning ultimate from 100 Thieves as TTK, the top tier kid with the top tier play, gets himself a double.
That's it, top tier KOs, keeping them in play here and allowing them to flow ahead in the percentage right now. So great stuff coming through from the Thieves, but they got to worry about Citadel right now. They got 3 key ultimates to their name and might just be able to barge their way in, but Melia going down early. It's a great start for the Thieves here. They need to zone out even more. Enzo in a bit of trouble, needs to get back to their team here, or they could get caught out of position.
Citadel have 4 ultimates, still waiting for their perfect opportunity. Melio did switch over to the Winter Soldier, but Alex and Enzo are going to team up to try to get a bite on the team. But Millennia, he swallows up 3. He's eating good tonight. Enjoy your food coma, Millennia, because you just sent half of Citadel into the abyss.
They just had dinner and they still got room for dessert. Hopefully they get a chance of that later on in the piece here. But Jeff is always eating good, you know, just a bottomless stomach, all in all. But rise or fall, Citadel now gonna have to fight it back because that percentage is getting dangerously close.
Dangerously close as Delena sends out the dance of the butterfly, but this time it will not be lethal. TTK goes into the Diamond 4 and gets the Karma Crush onto Tanuki, and that's the lockdown that they exactly needed. But Enzo is able to trade things as Harvey goes down. But Terra wants to make the difference in favor of 100 Thieves as 100 Thieves get up to that 99 percentile mark. But that overtime meter, keep your eyes on it. It goes down fast. It goes all the way down to 0 as 100 Thieves take control of map 1.
Steal away the Stellar Spaceport and we move on to the Imperial Institute of Science. The next objective is online right now, and my goodness, you saw some early presence from Citadel, but 100 Thieves were able to cast the spell and take away that round. What a great way to open things up on domination.
Good looks for 100 Thieves, a team that got sent down to the lower brackets early in this playoff round, as Citadel also now joining them as we head into our second round in map number 1 of our best of 5 between the Americas and EMEA. We might be seeing this a lot as we progress throughout this entire tournament.
And this is just the beginning, Dan. We're already eating good, and this is only the start. This has the makings of an amazing storyline here, but now it's time for the next chapter to open. The gates are no longer closed, and they are looking to see where they might find their best path towards the mission area here. They could be facing off momentarily, but they're looking to meet in the middle here. Nobody will be zoned out just yet. They're waiting patiently for the next fight.
Tanuki still has the Devil to be released, as Harvey does have the invisible boundary to counteract it, but Polly also very, very close to that freedom charge. But on the flip side, 100 Thieves still looking to get key ultimate online and ready to go. Keep your eyes on Melania. He is pretty close on that Jeff ultimate as a 1-for-1 trade does come online. Delena takes out one and Polly takes out the other. But Polly now pops the freedom charge, goes in, but Tanuki is down, will respawn. But Polly out of nowhere with the triple as Citadel look to take control early again.
Nicely done for 4 there, and there's going to be more in store for Citadel. They managed to keep hold of the Devil as well, so they can let that out later in the piece. But with the Feast of the Abyss and many more around the corner for Citadel, this is troublesome for the Thieves here. Really going to have to rely on its Jeff and the boundary. There you go, both opened up in unison. Feast of the Abyss out from Enzo. Better both worlds to come in response there. Alex could have the upper hand.
Ooh, a little bit of a struggle coming in from 100 Thieves. They invested Harvey and Melania's ultimates, and Delena goes in, but the Devil comes out for Tanuki, and Melio takes to the skies as the underworld and the heavens are fully in control of Citadel Gaming, and 100 Thieves have to go back to the spawn room yet again.
Zoning them out and locking them in. Citadel are taking this round for a spin here, getting closer and closer to the halfway point. But the Thieves, they're ready to try and steal it back themselves. They got the Galactic Legend online from Terra, should it be required. Freedom Charge, one in the same, but nobody is going to get caught yet. Enzo, that's a big pick there from the Thieves. Now they can look to heave their way forward, see if they can carve their way through Galactic Legend. Now going to see the boundary in response. Great timing from Ken there. They need to do whatever they can to keep this fight stalled out.
Terra popping the Galactic Legend still goes down, but the goal there was to draw Ken's invisible boundary. And now Vinny can pop that freedom charge, but they are still down one member as Polly pops the freedom charges, or no, he's actually just gonna run right through the portal thanks to Enzo, who has to rejoin the fight. But 100 Thieves now have to navigate through what is Citadel's lack of ultimates, and TTK might just be the difference with that Silent Seduction 5-1, but Tanuki still an absolute nuisance on the back line as Harvey still goes down. A 1-for-1 trade so far, but still now 100 Thieves still trying to get a grasp, some control over that site, but Citadel will not give them any room.
No, they're gonna shove them away. Enzo not looking to play. They're all business, just like Delena on the double. Shoving them down, locking it in, and the conversion will finally happen for the Thieves right at the end of the curtain.
Great plays coming in from Delena, timing the dance perfectly. Sort of on beat, on a timing. Melania and Harvey now can just wait to press their Q buttons, can wait for a later time, as Polly does now have that freedom charge as well. And they will use it immediately to initiate this fight as Citadel need to find a retake going.
Need to find and retake, and they might just get caught out by its Jeff. Yeah, double down on the Vanguard. Tanuki needs to hunt them down, otherwise Melania going for a dive. They're trying to jump in. Oh my God, he didn't make it. Tanuki, the savior.
Saving the front line of Citadel Gaming. Now they have a front line to rely on. 100 Thieves have to jump into that invisible boundary, but they are not going to be seen escaping that boundary as Citadel take control. Now that overtime meter coming down slow. Melania is the man on the Strange, has to manifest a portal into existence, and now 100 Thieves looking to keep that retake going as that overtime meter so low. Vinny now popping that freedom charge, but Terra and Delena now going down. Can they make it to the portal in time? We will see as Citadel still 6-man strong. Melio pops the Galactic Legend up from the skies. Tanuki controls the ground. Melio goes up into the sky, and Melio and Tanuki keep this map going. We go the distance yet again.
It's all down to the warrior falls now, and one of these warriors is gonna fall in this burst map of domination. 1-1. You know, this is gonna be a fun one, and I am so keen to see how these teams react here. Citadel, they face a defeat with the eyes of determination, and they steal around for themselves, ready to dive in once again. But looking to the utility right now, Dan, we got a Galactic Legend around the corner. Feast of the Abyss is available. This first contention is going to be huge.
It all comes down to this fight. Terra very, very close to that Galactic Legend. Enzo, like you said, also has the Feast available, but this is a map that is really, really interesting. Personally, one of my favorite maps to even watch when watching the highest level of Marvel Rivals play. So many different elements you can use to get to high ground, get to low ground, open up these spaces, open up those spaces. And this waterfall map is just perfect to show what 100 Thieves and Citadel are capable of in terms of map control.
And they're looking to go for exactly that right now. Galactic Legend coming out. Terra on a hunt here. Enzo jumping into Feast of the Abyss, trying to trade out. It's going to happen on both sides right now. Enzo going to be denied, punished. 100 Thieves pushing ahead here, zoning them all the way back to their spawn point whilst the mission area unlocks. And we still got Polly there, though, trying to stall it out for their team. This is great timing because it allows Citadel to get back with the portal here.
Melio switches over, now has to pop the portal, but Terra does spin down Alex. Ken going down as well. That's both strategists on Citadel Gaming gone, and there's no more heals, no more support coming in from Citadel. Can they find their way back into this fight? It looks like the answer will be no for the time being. They're just dancing in and out of the portal, but Delena tries to be the difference, but Alex comes in with the dance floor just in time as 100 Thieves clap back with that invisible boundary, but Polly and Alex still supporting each other. Melania might be the difference. How many does he swallow up? We're gonna have to see as he swallows up 5. What in the world, Melania? The biggest feast of a lifetime as Melania swallows up all of Citadel and 100 Thieves in a statement. Take over the site.
A masterclass in thievery there, stealing away the mission area and taking complete control. Citadel gonna have to reset, try and rebalance into the next fight here. What they do have is a boundary, but the Thieves, they've got a charge of freedom and more to follow. They're looking to take the high ground for Citadel right now, though, trying to bounce onto the point, but it's so difficult to break through.
Using the pillars as a ramp to get up to the high ground, get down onto the site, as well as Terra takes to the skies, but that's the response from Ket. Will use that invisible boundary to prevent anyone from Citadel Gaming going down, but Vinny does have the support, does have a way to keep 100 Thieves into that fight, as Enzo also popping the feast, but 2 go down, 3 go down, and 100 Thieves, half of them already wiped out. Citadel, they get the retake going. This map has been so close from both these teams. The push and pull, the tug of war between Americas and EMEA.
A battle of nations is ensuing right now, and both teams refuse to go home without a fight here. They are putting on a show, putting on the best they can on the world stage. But now it's time for 100 Thieves to re-engage, but they have to bypass the gatekeepers. Citadel are waiting, and Polly is looking to zone them through.
Melio just taking this guy, trying to zone every single entryway, but he can only defend from so much as Delena tries to cut his way to a win, but will not find anything. 100 Thieves have to rely on Melio, but he only swallows up his own allies this time around, and that might just cost them as Citadel take full advantage of that opportunity as they just wipe out 100 Thieves from the map for the time being. As Citadel now have to be in that driver's seat, have to go for a full court press to just prevent from 100 Thieves from doing anything.
It's a full-scale prevention. They are going to be denied in every sense here, and the Thieves need to consider their options because the percentage, it ain't going down anytime soon. They do have some utility that can try and steal their way back, but singling out a KO here would be so big.
That would be big, but Tanuki releases the devil. Poly releases his own patriotism as 100 Thieves now have their response. The invisible boundary with the Psionic Seduction. TTK tries to slam down one member, but cannot find it as Tanuki successful on taking out Harvey, what seems like the millionth time in this entire map. And now Enzo has to find that anti-heal onto Delena, but he is able to dash away into safety for now, as Ken now has that invisible boundary and will use it whenever Citadel are in any trouble. But it seems like Citadel are taking full control. The judge, the jury, and the execution are perfect, and Citadel take over map 1.
Burden to Chala, over and out. Citadel remain steadfast, confident. After losing out the first round there, they grind their way back to the top, to the summit of domination here, and undeniable. It's Tanuki on the MVP. Just crazy stuff with the devil there. They put on a masterclass in zoning out their opponents and entering KO City.
Big props to Citadel. This is what they needed to do. Adaptation. That is the biggest word, the biggest theme coming into this series. Citadel need to find ways to get things going. 100 Thieves now having to figure out, pick up the pieces, go back to the drawing board. And while Citadel, they are looking good in terms of finding that key to their own success.
The key is there, and they've unlocked the lock. They are finding at least a glimmer in the beginning here, but the journey's just started. The never-ending story has not ended yet, and we'll see how they fare heading into the next map or so into the future, because it could be Convoy, it could be Convergence. The choice is theirs.
But then again, it is 100 Thieves' choice, like you just said, Convoy or Convergence. But one map that comes into mind when you hear 100 Thieves is Yggdrasil, a map that TTK has been absolutely insane at. But not just TTK, also the team as a whole, at least in map number 1, they have looked to be online and ready to go. That entire map on Burn Its Child was just so close. And then Melania with the biggest Jeff ultimate in this entire tournament. I don't think there has been a 5-man in a very long time.
Making history right here at the Grand Finals. You love to see it, and I'm sure there's going to be many more eats to come, just like in these highlights here. Seeing many moments of greatness, getting it over the line when it mattered, when it counted for both sides.
Absolute cinema, and it's only map 1. We have 5 coming up. I don't know if I can handle it. If this goes the distance, obviously, first of all, this is one of the longest series we will ever see if it goes to that point. But 100 Thieves and Citadel ready to put on a show as Citadel look to crack the code yet again. And look at the feast coming in from Melania. Look at them pop, and straight down the waterfall they go.
Just delicious feast coming through for Melania there, and allowing their team to pull on with more and more presence here. You can see Citadel zoning them out when it counted and pushing it over the line. Amazing work into the first map in contention here, but the next one, as we said, the choice of the Thieves. Where do they go? Do they play to their strengths? Do they play to what they can find success on? It's a tough call here. You know, they've had a bit of a tough endeavor, but let's talk about some of their MVPs on both sides.
Yeah, Terra and Poly, the 2-star players from their respective teams. Terra, though, they make, the entirety of 100 Thieves make Terra look good. Everyone on 100 Thieves, you cannot count them out. They are still very strong players, and with them being on the supporting cast, they know how to enable Terra to do whatever he wants. But then again, Citadel also doing the same to Poly, giving him some resources despite him being on the Vanguard position, so he allows the team to set themselves up for success.
And it goes to show, you know, not only duelists can be MVPs, the Vanguards, the strategists play such a critical role as well. You know, Poly just doing great work on the cap there, trying to keep 100 Thieves in check as much as they possibly could there. But Terra, one and the same, are doing all the work they can to keep their team online. You know, it's these players that can activate, really head into that flow state that make or break a game.
we're gonna have to see Citadel and 100 Thieves, the Americas versus EMEA matchup, ready to go into Yggdrasil. That will be the choice, a choice that we ourselves have predicted. 100 Thieves have been very, very comfortable on what is the oldest map in the pool.
Yeah, it's been a mixed bag of results on this map, though, for both sides. You know, 100 Thieves has struggled on it. They've lost out about 3 times, and Citadel, they've lost out a couple of times, getting a couple of wins there too. So, curious to see if both teams can turn it around here into the draft, because we're already seeing Jeff taken away, Mantis taken away, and saved by the Thieves.
100 Thieves actually got the Mantis. A pattern we've been seeing is that Mantis being banned from both sides. That pick has been just so versatile. Being able to save your own team, being able to go with the engage thanks to the bonus movement speed available. And now 100 Thieves have access to that resource, but Citadel, they go a different approach. They decide to target TTK on that Emma Frost.
Yeah, don't want to deal with the Psionic Seduction whatsoever here. Next Protect are going to be Emma for themselves. So Citadel feeling comfortable with that Vanguard and leaves the flexibility to the Thieves to get the next ban out. Will it be the Jeff taken away on both sides here? No, it's going to be the Venom looking to take away the Symbiotic Shenanigans.
Symbiotic Shenanigans is very, very strong. We've talked about this already, so we won't dive into it a little bit too much, but Venom also a very, very strong dive backline. You can really use the walls, use the terrain with a lot of verticality in Yggdrasil in particular. A lot of tall buildings, tall pillars that the Venom can just climb and just slam, rinse, and repeat. That's just the gameplay loop, and Citadel are also aware of that, and they will take it away as well.
Yeah, and the Thieves take away the Atom there. Do not want to deal with any form of resurrection on the convoy there. But Jeff are going to hit the Protect for Citadel right now. So it's Jeff going to be available for them once again. That is just going to be nasty here. We'll see what they can do for the Thieves now. Next ban online. How do they prime up? How do they fare into this one? As the time trickles through, it's going to be Cap. So, Denial on Poly.
So this is the adaptation coming in from Citadel. Usually the way you can beat 100 Thieves is targeting down 100 Thieves' other duelists. You've got Terra, but you've also got Delena. Delena has been that second duelist for the team, and Citadel, when they targeted just Delena in these bans, they have been absolutely stomping them. They've been absolutely taking over, and other teams have taken notice and have been doing the same thing, which is part of the reason why 100 Thieves are already down in that 4th seed coming into the playoffs. But Citadel looking at a different approach, and they look to target TTK, not only with that Emma Frost, but that Groot also targeting down Vinny.
Yeah, just trying to chop down the Vanguard pool there so they can't play as much to their strengths. But one thing that did break through this time is the Protect onto the Bucky for the Thieves. Obviously, we saw a bit of Bucky Denial into map 1 there. Now they have access to the Kraken impact here, and you're going to see if it is going to have the impact they're seeking heading into the next map ahead of us. Another beautiful landscape right before our eyes.
Welcome to TTK's playground, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Vanguard you have to watch on 100 Thieves. He is absolutely electric on this map, and Citadel will be forced to navigate through the streets of Yggdrasil in order to find a commanding 2-0 advantage in this best of 5 series. 100 Thieves on the attack. Citadel looking to defend, keep their fortress alive in this tournament. Who will make it out on top?
All will be decided in moments as the gates open. Let the games begin. And 100 Thieves look to take this one up for a spin. The mission vehicle starts its roll, and Enzo is looking to stop that roll right in its tracks. But Vinny, they're on a mission. They're hunting down these strategists, being so prickly in the backside there, and will be able to find at least a trickle through, but Tanuki is the one to stand on top.
Triple setup, triple strategy setup in favor of Citadel, but it's still going to be 2 Vanguards and only 1 duelist on Citadel. So a little bit of an alteration in their team composition as Poly is able to find a trade as TTK does get taken out, but should be able to rejoin the team since that spawn room is so close to that point.
Yeah, luckily they do have not much distance to cover there. They can come back into the fight nice and quickly there, especially in these early stages. Later, could be not so great though, but they're at least doing a good job of jabbing each other out, zoning each other through. Just playing a game of tag right now with Tanuki, aren't they?
Just playing a tag with them, but Poly tags up 3 with that strangling prison. Can they find more advantages? No, as the lamps do come in for 100 Thieves, and that will buy a bit of time. Melio does find Harvey in the end, will find the right Loki clone, but Terra firing the shots away. All the resources it need to be used in order to enable this Bucky, as Tanuki just sneaking around, looking for the chef. Can he swallow up anyone as the Meteor M comes into fruition? TTK, can he find anything? Tanuki, though, will swallow up someone, but Enzo is already in the thick of it, taking a lot of damage, uses the diamond form to get that extra damage reduction going. Will get the stun onto Vinny, though, but gets the bubble and will now use that freedom charge to charge through Citadel, charge through the fortress of Citadel, and it looks to be 100 Thieves moving that point further and further forward.
And they've got the Soul Resurgence online, but they've got a Mischief there. TTK finding the KO through. If worst case scenario comes up, Delena does have the Karmic Revival. They're looking around it around the back here. Delena trying to get a bit of damage through, but it is not required. Not quite yet. It's good that they can at least keep some of the Citadel members up the side, though. Portal coming through from Enzo could be the difference maker. They've found Tanuki. Things might just find a change here, but they're already catching more and more for the Thieves right now.
That portal does come in at a man disadvantage for Citadel. They need to find a way to stall just enough time for everyone else to flood in, but Terra looks to slam onto the tree, but will not find the frag just yet. Terra still firing away, gets the headshot onto Melio. Can they find more? The Groot ultimate comes out, but there is a lot of utility to Soulbond, the Magneto screen, but the invisible boundary from Alex will keep Citadel in this fight.
Keep them in this fight, not willing to say goodnight as they ignite their fight. Enzo trying their best to just be a thought in their side there on the Angela, gliding along the mission vehicle, and the Seer comes online from Ken as well, but it could be denied by the big boot beer. Meteor goes down, crashes into nothing.
Oh my gosh, Tanuki could be set up for a giant feast, but everyone on 100 Thieves are going to read that play correctly, and Tanuki will get punished. TTK will stack things on top as 100 Thieves looking to get closer and closer to that first point, but Citadel are looking to be just protected as Citadel crumble and 100 Thieves take that first point.
They power on ahead, power their way through. Citadel are trying to adapt right now. They brought out the Thor for a second there for a last second contention, but it's back to Groot City right now. The trees are coming up and the players are going down. Vinny looking to hunt down Melio here. Could be a nice little engagement. Luckily, Melio has a bit of mobility and get back to their team when it matters, but Citadel, they have to remain focused. Otherwise, the Thieves might be able to sneak by them.
100 Thieves, though, also have a lot of ultimates as well. Citadel looking to stack up theirs, but Melio has to draw a lot of the attention. And how many ultimates do 100 Thieves invest? It's only going to be the Freedom Charge as expected. Melania and Delena still holding on to the Soul Resurgence, still holding on to the Resurrection potential. Harvey also has some flexibility in terms of what ultimates he can use as TTK spears down Tanuki, puts him on a skewer as TTK as well needs to find a way to navigate 100 Thieves back into the payload, back onto the site as 100 Thieves look to push on forward. Vinny and Terra taking down two. Citadel crumbling yet again. The stagger is good, and 100 Thieves keeping the heist moving forward.
Just laser focus coming through from the Thieves there. Just shutting out Enzo as soon as they open up the Psionic Seduction. It's great that they can focus, just immediately eliminate those ultimates when it matters. It now allows them to power ahead into a next engagement here. The good thing for Citadel, they have some crucial ults into this next fight. The Strangling Prison is going to come in clutch for them, and they've already opened up the account. The KO is through, but Karmic Revival with a cracking impact could change everything.
Not sure if Terra was able to find any sort of mark onto anyone, but Terra is still firing away as the Groot ultimate does come in on the line. TTK has to be the difference as the meatball lands right on Polly's head. And that's an opening that Citadel have to navigate around. Alex and Tanuki both popping their strategist ultimates. Tanuki, can he find any sort of swallow? He does find two, but he will not find a way back. But the damage over time is enough to take care of them. But Delena does have that cocoon, will use it to get back into the fight, but doesn't have the Karmic Revival to bring the 3 members that are already gone on 100 Thieves back in. And Citadel hold yet again.
Holding time and time again here. The power of Jeff is just so tremendous. The King of the Seas will lay waste to their opponents, and the time is dwindling for the Thieves right now. They need an answer. Delena switching up to the Ultron. Could this be the change they need as they desperately need an opening into this next engagement?
They need a way in. Vinny really with the Freedom Charge, but Delena has to have that Rage of Ultron coming up as soon as possible in order to get some sort of retake going. Vinny looking to lead the charge, but Melia wants to cancel that charge immediately. But Citadel have the Silent Seduction as well. Melania holding on to that Soul Resurgence, and Terra now has the Kraken Impact, and as soon as he hits that Q button, we have to die down yet again.
Yeah, the impact not going to hit yet. You know, we're going to leave this in suspense.
It's getting there.
You know, it's like, and we'll get again later. No, you're going to see what the other side of that one looks like as our players take a moment to breathe, take a moment to compose themselves, because these fights have just been straight heat. You can feel the steam coming off the stage. It's that hot.
It's so hot right now. Both of these teams have to find a way in. 100 Thieves, they're getting their retake going. They got a little bit of space in the neutral zone with that Freedom Charge, but Delena now has the Rage of Ultron. I talked about this before that fight even began. Delena with the Rage can push the team forward, and that's right now the initial goal for these ultimates to come in. Vinny now exhausted from that Freedom Charge has to allow Delena to extend that push even further, whereas Citadel, they do have the CYA. Tanuki is very close to that. It's Jeff at around 80%. Alex as well sitting at 70%, so they should have their ultimates to counteract what 100 Thieves really want to go for.
Yeah, they've got a lot of tools at their disposal there, and curious to see if Citadel is going to be able to stack up in time. You know, they're building up to some key ultimates as well. The Boundary, I think, is going to come in clutch for them, into the big hug as well. But there you go, they hit the ground. Terra now looking to pound their way through. Meteor coming up from TTK there with the Soul Resurgence. Enhanced damage, it gets denied. Nicely done by Citadel there. Not going to bow out of this one. Tanuki in the back are just trying to be a menace, divert focus away. They won't go down. Delena forced away from the fight. The Boundary comes up into the big hug, and there we go. The KOs start to flow in here.
Oh my God.
It's working out for Citadel.
Harvey was able to pop the Soul Resurgence, but immediately gets swallowed up by Tanuki. How can Harvey make its way back into the site? That's going to be a key ultimate denied by Tanuki. And now 100 Thieves, their push will fall flat as 2 members go down, and they are forced to use the portal, which will not come in time. Citadel make the hold happen.
Well done, well played. They stopped them right at the edge of the gates. The gates are wide shut and not to open again. So we switch sides right now and see if the Thieves can bring up the same kind of energy, the same kind of momentum into the defense, or whether Citadel can ride the high of the last round in to a successful map.
How does 100 Thieves adjust in this scenario? You could go for the triple setup. You could go for the 2-2-2. 2 options that these teams have been going for, but Citadel also going for the 2-1-3 setup as well. So there's a bit of adaptations coming in from Citadel, but 100 Thieves need to make a perfect hold, and Citadel looking to use the Storm and the Soldier in their initial rollout.
Yeah, the Punisher are going to be doing a lot of great work there. You know, eager to see if they will be playing into the Storm or whether they're going in another direction. Because, you know, when they go for the triple composition, Jeff Nato is a surefire way to just break it apart. You know, you think you can build up a solid fortifications there? Nah, Jeff Nato is going to catch anybody in there. Nobody can escape that one. But we'll see exactly which way they want to go, as they are going to be committing towards that team up there. Jeff Nato is going to be rolling onto the scene.
3,
The countdown hits 0, the gates will open, and it's now Citadel's turn to make the push happen. Storm will be used in their initial role at the Punisher from Melio. We've been seeing him pop off at least on the Yggdrasil alone, especially staying on that shotgun form, and he's been doing just that as he's gonna try to find something, but Harvey shoves him into the spawn room.
Shoves him in, bumps it down, and Enzo is doing the best they can to hold firm onto the mission area here. But the Thieves are doing one and the same, zoning them out, zoning them in, trying to focus off that damage. Terra in big trouble, does get around the corner just in time, but Citadel are relentless here.
Enzo popping out Vinny. A great man advantage in favor of Citadel, but Vinny does come back thanks to the BRB. But Enzo and Alex teaming up to find 2, and 100 Thieves are struggling to find their ultimates. They're struggling to find a footing on the load as everyone from Citadel team up together and will wipe out 100 Thieves again.
That they will. They stand tall and will be able to push the mission vehicle closer and closer, but it's Portal Combat coming at you once again. Oh, here we go. Mega Hurricane in to the Strangling Prison here. Could be exactly what they need, but the boundary keeps them online for as long as they can. It's Jeff coming out at the right moment for Ken as well. Oh, deny the board again. Oh, no.
Great timing coming in from Delena, was able to anticipate the It's Jeff and will use the Karmic Revival to get out of the jaws of Ken. And that's all the difference here as 100 Thieves rise again and will make the hold happen.
Perfect timing there, coming in clutch when it counted, and does keep their defenses online a while longer. Citadel gonna have to rinse, reset here. They do have Psionic Seduction. If they can look to just combine that together with a Final Judgment, it could be exactly what they need to push past the defense here. Final Judgment coming online right now. Melio looking to rip them apart. Boundary up as well. Freedom Charge trying to keep them online a while longer. Psionic Seduction into the choke point. Everything is going according to plan. The big Meteor could shut them down, but no. Agamotto right around the back, and they find the KO under Tanuki. They are looking to come back hard and strong.
Great discipline coming in from 100 Thieves, just backing away, getting out of the line of sight from Melio's Final Judgment. And 100 Thieves, with that disciplined play, will be able to take over with as key ultimates being used, albeit TTK tried to go for the counter Meteor onto the Final Judgment, but that was a great read on Citadel's part to try to protect Melio from getting taken out. And 100 Thieves now have to make some sort of magic happen as they have to hold off from the point, hold them off from getting any closer to that second point as well.
Luckily for Magic, they have the Sorcerer Supreme, Terra, ready on deck, and it does find the KO on the Polly there. One great start. They need another where that came from. Are they going to be able to deliver? Omega Hurricane coming right in. Could be a Jeff Nader again. Taking it for a spin. Jeff Nader! But it's down immediately.
Great plays coming in from 100 Thieves, able to laser down Tanuki thanks to the damage boost coming in from that Rocket Raccoon. Melania coming in with the CYA was just timed absolutely perfectly, and everyone on 100 Thieves, they knew the threat. They knew that the storm in that Omega Hurricane was going to wipe them out, and they have to use damage to take it out as the portal does open up for Citadel, and everyone just dumping their ultimates. But TTK with the key Meteor onto the Melio as he gets taken out, as Ken will take out TTK, but will get resurrected instead as a great double stun. Polly cannot get the ultimate in time. The eye does not open up for Citadel, and 100 Thieves make the hold happen.
Amazing reaction to the Final Judgment there, but the fight is still raging on. TTK back from the ashes, rising up with their team, finding KO after KO. Melio and Co going down. It only remains Polly and Ken trying to contest the mission vehicle here. The OT timer is trickling in. 100 Thieves are running down the clock. Polly needs to stay on, but no, they're going down. Tanuki's back right at the last possible moment. Spider-Man coming in clutch, but just like that, Thieves hold strong!
Great plays, great holds coming in from 100 Thieves. They make the full hold happen, and they take over their own playground, and they finally secure a map win for themselves, and now we are tied 1 apiece.
Oh my goodness, the chains have become unbound there. Amazing work coming through from our players here. A masterclass from TTK. Just utter denial of the final judgments. Those come down to milliseconds, considering how much damage pumps out, and they just take it for their own.
TTK found that opportunity. This is the reason why we call it his own playground. TTK reading the play that Citadel wanted to go for. As soon as the portal opened up, everyone on Citadel had to use their ultimates, the invisible boundary, in order to get them access onto the site. And Melio had to use that final judgment, but he was out in the open a little bit, and that little bit of an overextension was the punishment as TTK found where Melio was and was just quickly to react.
Just getting a shut down over and over again there. Both teams take a map apiece, getting a slice of the pie here, but the cake still has more pieces. We still have more maps in store for these teams here, and I can't wait to see how things fold up. But for now, we're gonna break it down with the desk.
The Fortress held strong, but the Thieves found their way in, my friends. Can they steal the lower bracket win from here on? We find ourselves at 1-1. I'm joined by the one and only Velocity, the strategist, the man behind the scenes of Dark Zero. But it's so great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, we and you were talking a little bit, and I was like, are we surprised seeing 100 Thieves almost about to drop a game? They now make it 1-1, and so I found it very interesting what you said. You said Citadel Gaming, this is a meta that favors them. 100 Thieves, on the other hand, you didn't think this would be a meta that favors their play style. Can you let's start with Citadel and why it does favor them.
They love these ultra dive style, deathmatch style comps. They have Melio on Psylocke, amazing Psylocke player. They have Ken on Jeff. They just love these deathmatch style compositions, right? Whereas 100 Thieves want to play Delena on Hela, they want these poke comps. Or Terra on Bucky, they want these brawl or bunker style comps. So it's kind of really impressive to see 100 Thieves adapt.
Vicky, we see 100 Thieves and what they're able to do as well. For you, what was the difference maker on how they were able to hold on? We knew it was going to go to Yggdrasil. I mean, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a difference maker.
It's the pick and bans, honestly. Just looking at the pick and bans, like they got away with having Loki, Mantis, Adam. Like that is actually insane. I know Velocity was going to have a play day with that one, but it's just looking at the fact that you are allowing the Devil Res to possibly come out. You saw the iframes come out from the Karmic Revival to avoid an It's Jeff at the same time. I mean, you're literally playing rock, paper, scissors at that point.
Yeah, we'll take a look at some highlights on what continued to be their dominant run there and able to make this thing much more interesting at 1-1. In fact, I asked him, I go, who has this? And he goes, well, if Thieves are able to win, he expects this to go to distance to match number 5. Listen, we have a great Loki player here in Velocity, and I was shocked to see that last ban not go to Loki. What is your opinion on that, and how can Loki make such a difference when you have the Mantis, when you have the boost from Storm at the start as well?
Well, with those bans, I'm really surprised to see 100 Thieves get Adam, Mantis, and Loki, and Cat. I mean, you have like 4 of the best characters in the game. I think Citadel, what they banned Groot, Venom. I didn't catch the last 2 bans, but to see them have Loki, Mantis, I mean, every time we had Loki, Mantis on Dark Zero, we won the game. It was just a win. So I'm really surprised to see that go through, actually.
And the Emma and the Jeff was the next 2 bans, yeah. So it's just the fact that you see them trying to protect themselves with Enzo being on the Emma, but it was to deny that of TTK, who, by the way, it literally didn't matter because he's got an insane mag. He went like, what, 32 and 4 or so? Like, 5, like, crazy. He's got 14 final hits.
Well, funny, so last ban was actually Groot, I believe, for them, right? Was it Groot for them at the end of it all, right? That they dished out. And so my guess was there, okay? Try to shut down what Vinny does well, right? But then Vinny and how he's been able to adapt to Cap, right? When you have Cap versus Cap and what Paulie's been able to do. I want to take it to you. If you're Citadel to win this whole thing, what do you think they need to do? Does it start pick ban phase?
I think they should probably just keep with that first ban Mantis. They did it first map. I think it's just the right way to go. It's what everyone's doing right now. That character is really, really strong no matter how you play it. You can play with a Rocket, you can play with a Loki, you can play with an Adam. It just needs to be banned.
Speaking of Adam, I think, Vicky, we've seen Delina just pick up not only just flexibility in the pool and being able to play so many different heroes at once, the way that he plays Adam, I love. It's a perfect mix of aggression that 100 Thieves does well. When that res comes up early, allows everyone to rush in and not be passive. Vicky, what has it been for the Adam play for you that Delina just continues to deliver?
Well, aside from the timing on what I just mentioned, like with the Itch Jeff, it's also the positioning for these Karmic Revivals, right? You want to be able to not only, if you've already used up your passive, now you're forced to play extra safe. Just literally stare at a wall and don't move, right, in that position. But then with the communication of 100 Thieves, they enable Delina to be in that spot to then allow themselves to have the Karmic Revival when they need it.
Velocity, I mean, you have one of the best Adams in the world in Kurova, the man most, at least tied with the hero. Even the voice actor, Jordan, what's up, man, was like, hey, Kurova is Adam. Yeah. Why does he play such a big impact, especially, it's not the triple res anymore, right? It's a different look. Why is Adam such a big impact in this meta?
I think it's because there's so many pick potential characters, right? Like Psylocke can just randomly one-shot someone and be able to res and like use that res and to copy res even if you're on Loki Adam is quite good. And yeah, Delina's Adam looks good, man. I'm surprised because normally when we have Adam mirrors we win, but you know, he's been doing pretty well, and yeah.
Listen, when you look at the strategists, because when you look at the game in general, like football, for example, quarterback gets a lot of love in Rivals. You know, the duelists are on the screen a lot. You see a lot of the flashy stuff. But for me, I love to break down strategists because there's so much behind the scenes that happen that we don't even get to see sometimes, right? There's clutch Luna freezes, for example, or whatever it might be. So let's talk about the strategists on both ends. I guess let's start, you know, on the side of 100 Thieves there versus in comparison. What a great matchup here with Millennia and Alex here. Or sorry, with Millennia versus the other opposition. What do you think when it comes to Millennia being able to flex from the duelist to that? I mean, break down that matchup.
I think it's like a big bonus to be able to have the skills of a duelist on support. It makes him a really good support player, honestly. I think his Jeff is incredibly good. And I think Alex is really consistent. I've played against him quite a few times. I swear this guy never dies first. He's very good at staying alive. And yeah.
Kin Harvey, that's the other side, right? You have Kin and Harvey on that side. Harvey being able to play Loki felt like the good old days. I mean, that man was quite literally kind of like the admin in Kurova, the exact same. We are going to Heart of Heaven, the newest map. Vicky, don't see this a lot, but Citadel loves to take it here.
I love this map, by the way. We literally just saw them play on this, and it really kind of fell through as we get started with the pick and ban phase already, but you also have so many interesting rollouts to get up on the high ground. I mean, I'm really curious, Velocity, looking at the pick and ban phase right now, looking at what we just saw too within their previous series, what can you expect to change up? Because we saw a lot of plays with the Loki opportunities, but as well as with the Jeff plays.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, both teams go into that first ban Mantis. I mean, you just have to do it, honestly. Citadel saving Emma, I think, is probably a strat for this map. Normally they first save Cap or Venom, and we see 100 Thieves with the Jeff save. Saving Jeff kind of forces a Venom ban. Yep. If you don't, you give them the Jeff Venom team up, which is very, very strong. So I'm expecting Citadel to ban Venom in these next two. And there you go. Yeah.
I think we'll see a Psylocke ban to address an Emma potentially there from 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves might ban Psy. I know Citadel won't because they are very comfortable on Daredevil, and that matchup is very favoring Daredevil. So I think Citadel is probably just going to be a Bucky ban here, and 100 Thieves could be Psylocke, could be Star-Lord.
Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah, the
it's
Bucky.
Adam. Okay.
Getting, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's Adam and Bucky. Nice call there on the Winter Soldier. You can't when you have someone, especially in Terra's position, that is able to snowball so well. That's why the Mantis is important, but also the Bucky. Yeah. What do you expect for them to wrap it up on the ban side for each side?
Honestly, for Citadel, they could match that Adam ban, but it might be saved here by 100 Thieves. I think this is a really good Adam map. So I guess we'll see Rocket save. I was actually going to mention a Rocket ban maybe. This map is really good for Rocket. You can hide your res in the smoke, and the ult is you can put in the smoke as well. So
it also has a lot of verticality, right? So you have a lot of angles that you could get away with if you're managing to just kind of avoiding the dive composition as we see that Rocket save. And looking at what that next ban is going to be, I'm curious because, you know, now you have no Bucky. They've already taken care of the Mantis. It is the Psylocke.
There you go.
Okay, you were just mentioning this, Velocity.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised because, I mean, they're hovering the Daredevil right now, so I don't know why you'd ban Psylocke if you're planning to play Daredevil.
Not to mention, Tanuki played an absolutely insane Daredevil on this exact map that helped them, you know, lead to success there against, I believe, Chopper, right, in the early upper bracket. And so I do expect the Daredevil as well. The cap ban makes a lot of sense. Can't give Paulie that as we wrap up what we see here in the last ban going on over the last save, shall I say. Anything else to wrap up here? Want to give some last words to you here, Velocity?
Shout out to my team. Sad we couldn't be still up there on stage, but you know, we made it pretty far for assembling a week before the tournament, so.
You guys did a fantastic job, and it's been great to have you on the desk here. And now being able to see how this is going to play out, because we've also seen like the Terra Daredevil before there too. It's been cool to see how the meta's progressed. I mean, do you have any final thoughts as well, looking at what the composition has changed into with all the Angelas and Daredevils you've seen?
I mean, the game is a lot more about whose mechanics are better, if I'm being honest. And I think a lot of teams like that. It's a lot more deathmatch, a lot more dives, so it's interesting to watch.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you, Velocity, as we throw it to the casters. It's the heart of heaven. Let's see who takes game number 3.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for map number 3 in this battle of the ages. Heart of Heaven. We are down at Kunlun and bringing out Kunlun's finest here. It's 100 Thieves and Citadel.
Citadel on the offense this time around. 100 Thieves looking to defend. But Citadel, we got to talk about them for a second. They chose this map, a map that they have been pulling out a lot, but now sitting at 2-1 is their map record on this in particular. Their loss happening in the hands of FlyQuest not too long ago. And now Citadel looking to make a way back into the series as we are tied 1 apiece.
Yeah, facing a bit of mortality in their previous pursuit on this map, but it only makes them hungrier to further their record. And Terra already opening the account on the defense. Alex going down is going to be big because Citadel can't rely on the BRB there. They're going to have to play a little bit more safely here. Melio already in a bit of trouble, has to fall back, but Polly catching the KO. Nice stray coming through there. Terra out of play, and Vinny trades it right back.
Yeah, and that BRB going down, found out by Ken, is all the difference it makes as Delena does click down 1, click down the second, but Melio does come back thanks to the BRB, so Citadel can keep the offensive push going. But Delena, he is just clicking away, on fire, almost takes down Alex, but lives with a sliver of hit points. And Citadel need to break through what is that Delena Hella, who is absolutely locked in, dialed in, and ready to play.
Yeah, one of the most difficult parts of this map is going to be taking this first semblance of control here, trying to break up past the barrier. And Citadel have a task ahead of them as they're already taking a ton of damage there. The Thieves are locked on, locked in. Melio goes down to Lena, locking it in and looking for more. Tanuki going to be able to train it back though. Nicely done. Still need to spin their way through more. Oh, Polly so close to the catch there. Not going to be able to get them just yet though, but this does split the focus of the Thieves on the defense.
Right now, the ultimate advantage is slightly in favor of 100 D's. Harvey now has a CYA, but Terra gets absolutely lasered down by Enzo. Now Tanuki could have a good chance to use his own ultimate, and will use it as soon as that CYA goes down. Millennia and Delena need to find their own ultimate to counteract, but they're just going to resort to stay sheltered, stay away from the line of sight of that Star-Lord ultimate. But Vinny slams down the meteor right onto Ken as Millennia stacks on top, and Citadel will find a way back in and try to get some sort of a progression on that point.
Yeah, trying to get some sort of progression to see if they can stall their way in. Terra luckily does find success there. Vinny going to be on the suffering end of that KO, and looking to flow ahead. Citadel so close to the second tick there. TTK, nice delay. They do get swayed away though, but the portal is bringing them back online. Dance of the Butterfly shuts down the Galactic Legend, and they're looking for more. Both Heaven's Retributions fall, and it's Citadel stalling it out. Got us there that will be condemned, and Citadel are just staggering through KO after KO. 100 Thieves may be forced to concede this one.
They're looking to concede. So many not going, not in their way. Citadel, though, still are struggling. They haven't gotten full control of the site, but they might just be able to for the time being. That's the goal that 100 Thieves have been going for. Not to win fights, not to get successful wins, but just buy enough time to give themselves enough of a cushion to try to deny the push from going to that second point.
Yeah, they're going to buy as much time as possible, but now we convert to the convoy section of the map here, and ooh, I'm seeing the Diva Ratha team up coming at ya from the Thieves right now, trying to stall things out, delay the mission vehicle with a little bit of a squid action here. and curious to see if it is enough to stop a Citadel in their tracks.
Here we go, the Eye of Agamotto tags onto Harvey, who does get the CYA down in time, but Terra is able to spear down Tanuki. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade overall as 100 Thieves adjust to the Hella Namor team-up composition that is so good at zoning away key areas of the map, and that's exactly what they want to go for. This map is so confined as the point has to go from the low ground up into the high ground as Melio takes out Harvey again, and that's going to be Citadel with a man advantage as Tanuki tries to find a way to get any sort of eliminations down, but is able to fly away to safety. TTK though will find Polly.
Yeah, trying to find whatever they can out of this one. It's going to be a solid way to start here. Vinny trying to delay the mission vehicle as well. Zone out the KO onto Alex would be big for them, but they just aren't able to catch it. CYA coming online. It's Jeff though in response. Might be able to get a few with this. Oh no! Not getting much of it. Millennia goes down.
Polly does use the Heaven's Retribution. Ken and Melio have theirs as well. Vinny uses the Freedom Charge to just at least keep this hold from going any further. Citadel have their own ultimates. Now they used the Cutterfly and the It's Jeff ultimate. Can it be lethal? Can they find more? So far, only one go down in 100 Thieves, but the domino effect is just too much for 100 Thieves to handle as Citadel look to keep that push moving on forward, and 100 Thieves quickly resetting, quickly collecting themselves as they have to get into this next fight as soon as possible.
And they've got the ult to do it. Horner Proteus definitely can displace some of the Citadel players here. All Citadel have right now is Agamotto online, building up closely to the Seer and the Galactic Legend, though could be enough to push them forward. But the Thieves, they've got everything in their advantage right now. If Citadel can find a stray KO or two, though, they could disrupt the flow of this one.
Enzo threatening with the Eye of Agamotto will pop it, but they got canceled. Great cancel coming in from everyone on 100 Thieves. Harvey and Delena teaming up to use the CYA and the Gods of Death to try to find some sort of damage down, but Terra still holding on to the Horn of Proteus as TTK sees an opportunity to go for the slam, go for the dunk, and Terra and TTK, the two T's on 100 Thieves, team up and take over and hold off Citadel for the time being.
Nicely done, holding it strong, holding it firmly here, and the time is ticking. Citadel need an answer swiftly, otherwise they may have a swift exit into the side switch here. On top of the mission vehicle, it's the Galactic Legend. They've already picked up a couple of KOs out of this one. It's Jeff coming out from Millennia, could be the answer to Lena. Nice trade coming through there, the parade's just beginning. Are they going to be able to spin their way in? Maybe, maybe not. They're taking it easy for the moment.
100 Thieves now 6 men strong. Harvey does bring back Millennia thanks to the BRB, but Citadel also still 6 man strong as the Heaven's Retribution does come down. Terra does laser down one, but Melio is able to trade them down. But Alex, of all people, gets a double on the Raccoon, and 100 Thieves are wiped out yet again, and Citadel finally secure that second point with 1 minute left on the clock now.
Well done, well played. They are battling against the clock and they are not letting up. They will not concede to fight their way through this one. And Citadel, they have 3 ults to their name right now. Thieves only have Proteus right now. Terra in deep trouble, needs to use the Mister to their advantage and see if they can get a good vantage point here. Oh, but the dance is coming out from Melio right now, trying to displace them. It's a triple success here. Incredible efforts from Citadel.
Citadel move towards the halfway point, so close to that third point. 100 Thieves, what do you go for? It looks like they're gonna no longer use the Hella Namor team-up ability. Now putting Terra on that Star Ward, and Delena staying on that Hella, who is very, very close to that Goddess of Death, but a lot of these ultimates slowly coming in for 100 Thieves, but Citadel already have it, and they are ready to go.
Ramped up, ready to go, ready to pop, it's Enzo! Boom, they catch Harvey! Massive pick there onto the strategist. Ken doing the best they can with it, Jeff as well. Polly catches Terra, it's all working out for Citadel right now. Everybody's getting staggered out, the Thieves need to find a way back in, but they're not able to stay online long enough. The OT timer is trickling through. Run for the hills, run for the mission vehicle, and it's all over and out. Citadel, full push.
A full push for Citadel Gaming. Not only are they a strong fortress, but are able to push on forward. But 100 Thieves, now it's their turn on the offense. You need to get the full push if you want to force the Heart of Heaven into an overtime scenario. How does 100 Thieves approach the situation, and how do Citadel react to it?
They have to change something. They have to find an answer here. I liked how they changed into the cloak in the end there, but it just wasn't enough. They got picked off. They couldn't find the right response here. They need to figure out a way to dismantle Citadel before they can really get going here, because Citadel, they already had that early momentum. They managed to get that first point with tons of time behind them, and now the pressure is on the Thieves to try and catch this one a little quicker.
Setup coming in from Citadel. Looks like it's going to be a 2-2-2 on the defensive side. 100 Thieves still finding their footing, finding a composition that will crack the code. 100 Thieves also are very, very aggressive when it comes to these kinds of maps, trying to get control as soon as possible before any key strategist ultimates coming in from Citadel even come into fruition. And if 100 Thieves are able to get that initial push, that initial aggression work, there is a world where 100 Thieves just keep on going and keep on going.
Yeah, just training along, the coals ever burning. Burning strong, burning through, and let's see who's going to be able to pull through into the initial fight here. TTK going a hunting, does catch one, but they're able to slip through the cracks there. Nicely done by Citadel, remaining on their toes, not standing in place.
The dynamic of these clouds in the play have been so impactful throughout this entire tournament so far. Both teams navigating the terrain to their utmost advantage, as 100 Thieves have to look for a play. Polly does go down thanks to a giant right click from Melania, but that's going to allow 100 Thieves to push on forward. Ken puts himself up in the high ground to just get a great enough vantage point, but Harvey will take out Melia. That will burn the BRB as Citadel have to make a hold happen. 100 Thieves, though, need to get the push going. Now, already 1 minute burned off the clock. Terra almost blends down Melio. Actually does blend down Melio. And now 100 Thieves with a man advantage, making a two-man advantage, will push on forward as they complete the 2/3 mark.
Nicely done, picking up 2 ticks onto the mission area, but the Seer coming up at the last second with the Meteor. Could be enough. They're trying to pop down Harvey, not going to be able to get it. It's Jeff coming out as well from Citadel here. See if they can stall them out, but they got the Galactic Legend and the Meteor to worry about. Popping down, and they catch Polly. Nicely done by Terra there. Focus fire, exactly where they needed to be, but they aren't able to push it over the line just yet. Good burst fire coming through here. Citadel are still holding on.
Thanks to the portal, they are able to stall for just a bit longer. Look how close that first point is, going in favor of 100 Thieves as Melania gets swallows. He swallows up 3. Another big feast for Melania, the final boss of 100 Thieves. The end game is here. The end game is now. But Citadel look to hold again, look to stay strong, but 100 Thieves get it done in the end.
And what a reaction from Polly after getting caught in the edge, Jeff. They fly their way back up and get the KO through, but one in the same. It's TTK zoning out Melio there, so that's going to allow them a bit more presence, staggering out that duelist KO there. Citadel going to have to restructure here, and the Thieves, they're just claiming territory. It's free real estate.
It is free real estate. Citadel struggling to find any sort of ultimates available. Ken and Polly have to be the difference here, where 100 Thieves have the Goddess of Death, have the Heaven's Retribution, but Harvey is pretty close to that invisible boundary. We'll see if he's able to get it during a key moment in this next fight, which will start right about now. Good bubble coming in from Vinny to keep TTK alive as Delena takes to the skies. Will take out Alex, who tries to dodge away, but Delena needs to find the click onto the dorsal fin of Ken, who is gonna get away with 2 as Vinny goes down, but the other Vanguard still staying alive, staying tall, because it's Angela. But Tanuki now switches over to that Daredevil, has to use the sticks to his utmost advantage.
doing whatever they can to take advantage of these key moments here, and Citadel will be able to break through. The Thieves now have to reconsider their options here. They've got a couple available already. Galactic Legend into the boundary, but I mean Citadel, they can respond right as soon as they can. Here we go, Galactic Legend coming up. Meteor trying to shut it down there, and Terra already catches Alex. That's a big one to find. They're trying to hunt down again in the back line. They will slip away. Tanuki not so lucky though, and Terra keeping it up with their team, zoning them out piece by piece. It's a triple down for Terra, and they will push on the mission vehicle.
Terra looking good right now. Everyone on 100 Ds making sure that Terra is well enabled, able to use his ultimate comfortably. Citadel, they had their response with the Meteor M, but unfortunately Enzo was not just able to find it and had to look elsewhere. And again, because of the map terrain, these clouds have been shrouding Terra, keeping him in cover. And that's all the difference it makes as 100 Ds are navigating towards that high ground and soon look to cover that second point.
Yeah, taking advantage of the nooks and crannies there. One and the same, but Dance of the Butterfly coming out here. Big damage onto Vinny. We'll be able to slip back. A nice utilization over the boundary there. Forcing that one out, but now Citadel, they're going to let the Devil out. Taking a lot of damage. Terra's already down. It's Jeff going out. Tanuki is just on a roll right now, though. Unstoppable on the Devil. Millennia catching nobody. Citadel, send them packing. Back to spawn.
Back to spawn, 100 Ds go as 2 go down, as Citadel look to keep the offense, keep that full court press active and ready to go. Citadel also having 2 of their strategist ultimates available will be crucial, where 100 Thieves is still trying to pick up the pieces. Harvey and Millennia nowhere near their ultimates, but Delena does have the Gods of Death, but it's going to be inevitably countered by one of those ultimates.
Nicely done to start the account here. Terra's found Tanuki, and they're looking for more around the bend as well. Meteor coming out from Enzo. Could trade things back. Terra dodges away from it. Nicely done. Evan's Retribution coming around the back, though, keeping them in place. Harvey stuck, needs help. Got us to death coming out from Delena. Might just be able to find the response. Polly down and out here. Nicely done, but they're going to be caught around the angle now. The impact is nullified. Alex is online with the fate of both worlds into the Seer. Everything from the Thieves right now. Strangling Prison doing the work. The boundary's down. Get is out, and the Thieves are ripping them apart.
Everyone on 100 Thieves who had their ultimates pressed it at the exact same time. Everyone on Citadel on the other side could not get it happen. Ken had the invisible boundary. Alex had the fate of both worlds, but the sheer amount of damage from 100 Thieves was just way too much. And Citadel now have to concede that second point, and 100 Thieves, they're looking to make the triple happen.
Fire just burned that much brighter into that fight, and now looking to find the next spark here. We'll see who can catch it. Dance of the Butterfly around the back. Emilio double down. This is a swift response coming out from Citadel, sending them back all the way to the spawn point, but it's early stages. The Thieves can just waltz back in.
They still have a minute and a half to work with. A nice little stim boost in time. 400 Ds as soon as they secured that second point. Tanuki now has the Devil and is waiting to release it. 100 Thieves, Millennia has that. It's Jeff ultimate. Vinny and Delena getting closer and closer to their ultimates as well, but Tanuki looks to find some sort of advantage for Citadel, keeping the fortress nice and tall, but Delena takes it down. Millennia takes out the 2 strategists of Citadel, and down they go. Down go Citadel, and they get aced.
Oh my goodness, the King of the Sea seizing the moment for the Thieves there, and they press on ahead. The mission vehicle is on a swift road to the end of the road. Citadel, though, have one more chance to explode into this one. If they get singled out here, it could be curtains, it could be OT. It's all gonna come down to this moment. The seduction's online, and here we go.
Here we go. Enzo with the silent seduction. Silence immediately. 100 Thieves have the invisible boundary, have Vinny on the Groot ultimate, who is very, very good on this hero in particular. Delena and Terra teaming up to find more frags, more of an advantage for 100 Thieves. The heist is looking so perfect as 100 Thieves find a way to rob away the Citadel's map choice as they look to force overtime. But Citadel have their way back in with the Heaven's Retribution locking up down members on 100 Thieves, but it doesn't look like it'll matter a whole lot as Vinny cracks down the seed, pops it open, and Citadel are zoned away. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to overtime.
And it's a pleasure to be here. Both teams have to rise up, give it their all in the OT. 1 minute apiece is all that remains for these two teams. Who will push it the furthest? Who will be left behind? It's all gonna be showcased right here, right now.
This might be the craziest America's EMEA matchup we might see in a very long time. Heart of Heaven, not to mention our newest map in the pool, and 100 Thieves and Citadel putting on an absolute show on top of this mountain.
And it's a pleasure to be at the top. Well, they are showing exactly how they want to get it done and are solidifying this beautiful map's place into the map pool here. I'm hoping to see this as a more common occurrence further into this esport. But for now, both these teams are primed up. Just look at the stats right now. Poly putting on a show, putting in the work there. So many final hits between them, but the Thieves one in the same. Sarah is just going on a tear.
So much damage, a high number for Terra, 23,000, but look at Delena as well, doing his work as well on the Hela. And 100 Thieves, they made it work despite having access to that Hela Namor team up. And now Citadel have to look for the push. They only have 1 minute. Thieves also as well, having 1 minute on the clock. So both of these teams have to get some sort of momentum, and they have to keep it going, and they cannot stop.
Can't stop, won't stop, that's the aim of the game. Are they going to be able to drain it through? Let's see if they can bring the pain in now as Tanuki. Target acquired, target destroyed. Poly will be able to dispose of one. BRB bringing Terra back though. Melio trying to zone them out around the back. They're so close, and Vinny will face the end. Nicely done by Enzo under this one. Citadel are trying to make quick work of the mission area here. They're all in one place though, and this allows Tanuki to get into their playground. Zoning out KO after KO. Tanuki is on fire!
On fire is Citadel as a whole. Vinny resorting to the Doctor Strange, has to use the portal to find a way to keep Citadel from moving any further into the site. This first point is all that matters. If they're able to hold it, it's going to be a great look for 100 Thieves as they look to go for the defense. Vinny opening the portal, has to let 100 Thieves move into the site. Any ultimates available on 100 Thieves? No one. Very, very close as Millennia could be the difference here, as does Harvey, but does flight of the butterfly. Melio stings them like a bee. But 100 Thieves finds that trade. Alex and Ken teaming up with their own strategist ultimates. How many do they get swallowed? Ken also using the beast, trying to find the Rocket Raccoon, but will rocket to safety. But Vinny comes down. Enzo tries to find Terra with the Meteor M, but is not able to as Terra does dodge it away into safety. But the flood of red in the feed goes in favor of Citadel, and they look to get point number 4.
Hard work pays off there, and they finally convert it into the convoy section. The hard work is paid off, but it ain't over yet. The Thieves have to do whatever they can to stall them as much as possible, because this OT timer, all they need is one shove away from the convoy right now, and it could be over and out.
As much as Citadel have an advantage right now, they cannot afford to make more space on the map. They need at least one member on that point at all times, because look how close that overtime meter is, and it will not go away anytime soon as Tanuki lets the devil out, tries to find the backline, has to locate the BRB, and they will take care of it. So that is one avenue of 100 Thieves coming back into this fight, shut it down immediately. Delena forced to use the Goddess of Death because he was so dangerously low, but they find Tanuki, but does come back with the BRB, and look how far Citadel have gone. They're already at that halfway point. cannot move, they cannot hide, they have to stay on the site as TTK wants to make the difference. Terra blends down Enzo. Is this the hold for 100 Thieves? Can they make it happen in this small tunnel for 100 Thieves? They do. They make it work. They will hold off Citadel from any more advantages.
Amazing work coming at ya from the Thieves. They will be able to stop them in their tracks there. Now, gonna be switching sides, ready to collide once again, ready to see if they can match them or exceed them into this next segment of the match here. The pressure is at an all-time high because that first mission area is such high stakes. You saw how hard Citadel had to work to steal it away, and now Thieves, they have to do the same, but they have to do it better.
They have to do it better, at least match what Citadel have done in their own overtime push. Citadel, we talked about the stakes for Citadel. They know how to play in these kinds of situations, whereas 100 Thieves, this could be unknown territory for them. This pressure. Not only are they playing at the highest level, they are playing on stage. So many pairs of eyes watching every single move, and Citadel need to stop 100 Thieves. What could be a stolen map away if 100 Thieves are able to get the push going.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to push on, give it their absolute best here, because the pressure is at an all-time high. And Dan, a quick reminder, this is only map 3 out of a potential 5, and it's already like this.
Map 1 was almost the same way. We went the full distance as well in that domination map, and here looks to be no different. 100 Thieves have to push, have to make some sort of magic happen if they're able to at least take control of the site, which has been very, very difficult for the offensive side because of these clouds, because of the high ground advantage that Citadel are able to take advantage of. And 100 Thieves now have to find some sort of advantage, have to find some sort of rotational play to get themselves in.
Find that weakness, break the chain here. We'll see if they are going to be able to bring their way in as Ken goes down. BRB brings them right back, but the Thieves are already locked down. Tanuki and Enzo following suit. Nicely done by the Thieves. They've already got a tick onto the mission area. Amazing way to completely dismantle the defenses here. Citadel, what is happening? The portal could be it, but no, it's too little too late. It's already converted.
100 Thieves took it in lightning speed. Enzo is forced to use the portal in order to keep that overtime meter from staying alive. Enzo has to be the difference, has to allow Citadel from going in, but he's taking his time, waiting for the right moment to stop the push from going even further. But 100 Thieves, now they are in a terrible situation where they have to put at least one member of 100 Thieves onto the site as Harvey pulls down Polly. Tanuki as well, detecting everyone on 100 Thieves, now puts himself out in the open, now is going to get focused up, focused down, and he's gone. Enzo comes back thanks to the BRB, but Harvey is going to allow 100 Thieves to get that man advantage. Citadel need to find some sort of opportunity. Spellio goes in with the dance of the butterfly. Harvey and TTK teaming up to find what could be the winning moment for 100 Thieves. Can they get the push happening? It's only 3 members. 3 meters is the difference as Millennia swallows up 2. Is that the man advantage that they need? Ken also uses the It's Jeff for himself, but Millennia! Oh no! What a misplay! Millennia tried to swallow up 2, but he gets swallowed himself in the end. But is this the difference? 100 Thieves are crumbling! 100 Thieves off of a misplay from Millennia. Citadel Gaming stand tall despite an overtime scenario.
Rise up and claim Kunlun out of heaven in their favor and take it to elimination point. Citadel, can you believe what we have witnessed just now? Just incredible efforts coming at ya, but it's Polly on the MVP.
If my voice of losing itself there didn't say enough, this is absolute cinema coming in. 100 Thieves almost made it work, but unfortunately, we're not able to cross the line. That Jeff ultimate was probably the winning moment But unfortunately, it went the other way. It went in favor of Citadel, and you gotta feel for it. That's the stakes we're at. This is the pressure that they are experiencing. And now 100 Thieves, now backs against the wall.
Yeah, can you believe it? Like, they just capped the first mission area so quickly in 27 seconds and still could not push on ahead to take it the full distance there. I can't believe what we've just witnessed. It just shows the grit, the determination from Citadel to show confidence on their map.
Citadel looked to take control, and they were able to, and Citadel, this is why they choose their map. Now they put themselves in the map score of 3-1 on Heart of Heaven specifically, and this is a place where Citadel looked to get something going in this entire playoffs run. Maybe this is the difference. Maybe just having this map in their belt is all it takes, whereas 100 Thieves, they don't have a lot of experience on this map in the biggest stage.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a bit of a wild card, isn't it, coming through for Citadel there. They're able to rely on other teams and not looking to play into this map as much, and so it becomes a bit more of a confidence pick for them, able to push it over the line and gain them another map of victory here. But the Thieves now have freedom of choice, and they could dive into their own field of confidence.
Keep in mind, now that all 3 game modes have been exhausted, we go again, we reset. Now every single map that has not been played thus far in this series is available. So any map chosen from Domination, from Convoy, from Convergence, 100 Thieves now have a lot of different options they can go for as we just look through the highlights of what has been a long game.
Absolutely, it's cinema. We're jumping into the pilot, into all the sequels here, and amazing work coming through from our teams time and time again. You know, Melio putting in the work there on the Psylocke. We saw amazing trajectory coming through from both teams here. Millennia, one and the same, the king of the depths, just taking their enemies on a trip to the bottom of the ocean.
Millennia has been so good on those Jeff ultimates, but unfortunately the one that mattered might have been the finishing blow for 100 Thieves, as Citadel obviously took full advantage and were able to get the hold by the thinnest of margins. That was probably something that was absolutely insane. I'm at a loss for words. You can clearly see as 100 Thieves what kind of maps would they want to go for here?
They want to find their confidence pick here. They want to see if they can stop Citadel in their tracks, because Citadel have just been able to gain so much traction. You know, it feels like the more pressure that they are presented with, the better that they play. And it's just so insane to see how much work they're able to put into this one. Again, Millennia just putting on a masterclass, you know, a master fisherman there, taking their enemies to the depths over and over again. But Ken, you know, they were putting in some good work in the backline for Citadel as well.
Yeah, the immediate reaction, it looked like Millennia didn't have enough time to send himself down with 2 members, so unfortunately Millennia just wasn't able to get there in time. So it's not really much of a misplay, but a great showing from Citadel, being able to react in time, knowing that they have a chance to come back into the fight. But unfortunately Millennia tried to go for the play, tried to go for the swallow down, the throw down, if you will. But unfortunately, the timer just hit 0 and he had to make a move, and the pressure really is getting to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and that's why it's a true battle of endurance, especially in a best-of-5 environment, right? You know, they got to give it their all, they got to stay focused, make sure they don't fall into the deadly depths of a tilt. If they fall there, it could be a downward trajectory from then onwards, but it's great that they've got their coaches available to keep them steady, keep them composed all the way through.
Citadel looking good right now. They have that match point. Citadel Gaming, keep in mind, still undefeated on that Heart of Heaven, if I remember correctly. We'll see though, as Heart of Heaven is no longer available in this entire series, but now we are setting our sights on what 100 Thieves could go for here.
Yeah, curious to see exactly which direction they go. You know, they have freedom of choice onto the maps, like you said there. They could play a bit of Domination, Convoy, Convergence. It could be absolutely anything. And they want to find a weak point for Citadel. So, thinking of weak points, what do you think they could play into? You know, obviously, we've already seen a little bit of positivity, a little bit of negativity there, but maybe they look to play into something like Hall of Jolly, or maybe they look to play into something like Midtown. Anything's possible for our teams here.
Anything is possible, and the word that we've been throwing around this entire series has been adaptation. How are Citadel adapting? How are they going to overcome what is 100 Thieves, a squad that is so strong, not only in individual prowess, but also enabling key members on their own team. But Citadel looking to make their next adaptation here as we head to Midtown, the choice for 100 Thieves.
Ooh, Midtown, it's time to get the ambulance because somebody is going to need to go home after this one. And we'll see how things go as we are going to be getting into the map of Convoy here. Definitely can have some very strong beginnings there. You know, I'm sensing possibilities of a triple setup, especially at the start of this one. But we'll see exactly which direction the teams want to take it here.
And if we've seen anything throughout this entire tournament here in the Grand Finals, Midtown has always been the most insane map. Every single close affair has been either in Midtown or Central Park. Those two have been really the biggest, where the biggest of plays has been happening on the highest stage. And I'm so excited. This could be no different.
It could be all the same, or it could be something else entirely. It's all going to be up to our teams right now as they are looking locked in, focused up. You can see they're having words amongst each other. They need to make sure there is no room for chaos, no room for calamity. But my goodness, the energy is just going to be resetting for the Thieves right now. And I think they need it. You know, they need to regain their composure heading into this next map.
100 Thieves backs against the wall, a situation that Citadel know all too well, but Citadel now are in that driver's seat. Everyone needs to wake up, everyone needs to stay awake as well, because this series is nowhere near from ending as we head into our next map number 4 in this best of 5. Do we go the distance, or will Citadel stand tall and stomp over 100 Thieves?
If the momentum is still in their favor, then they could seal the deal right here. Or maybe the Thieves can run it back and take us to the full distance. It's all down to this. But we jump straight into the draft right now, and we're going to see a Jeff denied. Mantis, one and the same. Goodbye to our strategists.
Usually we've been seeing the double Mantis taken away, both sides usually not having access to it, but it looks like 100 Thieves are going to get that. The versatile pick, the most influential when it comes to these team compositions, and 100 Thieves have room to work with, whereas Citadel, what kind of adjustment do you go for? Do you focus on TTK or do you focus on Delena?
Ooh, it's a tough call, isn't it? You know, because obviously Delena has been able to make their impact alongside Terra there. But if you're able to shut them down, like you said earlier into the piece, then maybe everything could come apart. The castle could just fall to rubble here. But it's all going to be answered into the next portion as Emma Frost is going to be denied by a Citadel. And we'll see what the next protect is. They take it for themselves, so they got full access to the Psionic Seduction.
Psionic Seduction is so important. That exact ability, that ultimate coming in from the Emma Frost, allows Citadel to not only create room for themselves, but also to find ways to retake onto sites. With that Psionic Seduction active, you essentially create a cone that the players of 100 Thieves cannot access. And just from that powerful zoning ultimate alone, just lets Citadel just move on forward. And now 100 Thieves, what do you have in you? They have to get away and take out that Adam Warlock.
Yeah, the Karmic Revival just comes in clutch at such critical moments there, but both teams are not going to have access to that crutch into this one. So it's going to be a Jeff protected through for Citadel, and another ban around the corner for the Thieves here. What will they deny? Will it be another key Vanguard? Will it be a strategist? It's all down to this, but no, the focus diverts. They want to shut down Psylocke.
Psylocke, the pick that Melio has been doing so well on. As 100 Thieves, they will take a comfort pick for themselves with Terra on that Winter Soldier, and that's going to be a choice for Citadel. What do they use for their final ban?
The choice is theirs. The choice will be locked down as a Venom. So Venom is going to be completely shut out of this here map. And neither side will be able to lock it down. But we are seeing our heroes now hovered over by both the sides there. They're looking to see where they want to enable themselves, where they want to pick into their strengths. Will we see triple for Citadel? Will we see something else entirely? They're thinking on it, but they can only think so long.
Slowly but surely, we navigate towards Citadel versus 100 Thieves on the streets of Midtown. The choice coming in for 100 Thieves now with their backs against the wall. And Citadel want to get this lower bracket going. They want to make the run. They have to make the run if they want to get themselves back into that grand finals position.
It's make or break every step of the way forward here in the lower bracket. And we'll see which of these teams will be able to power their way through, which will be eliminated here and now. It's all down to this on Midtown as our teams prepare themselves to enter the battlefield.
Citadel opting to go for the Iron Fist, a pick that we always see here on Midtown. Props to OUG for pioneering that strategy, and Citadel are looking to do the same, whereas Terra and the rest of 100 Thieves have to play this to absolute perfection as Terra gets a good hook onto one of the Vanguards, but Enzo is able to use the Diamond Form to get himself and dashed away to safety. Vinny also throwing down the wall, trying to find some sort of opportunity to pin down a member of Citadel, I'm sorry, as Delena also using the Storm to get that rollout going, and this push is so far looking strong.
So far, so good. Tanuki dismantling them there. Millennia's down, and they are looking to see if they can catch anyone else around the bend here. But it's great they don't dive too far. They go for the one and done and fall straight back. And now the Thieves need to reconsider their offensive approach here.
Delena still opting to stay on that Storm. Harvey now getting closer to that God of Mischief, but Terra now has that Kraken impact. Melio now also using the Rage to enrage 100 Thieves to fight them back, and Terra gives in to the Rage as he slams down the gauntlet, tries to go for it again, gets the reset thanks to the Loki clones, and will have it yet again. Can he find the landing blow? Here comes the Strangling Prison, slams down onto Alex. So many ultimates being dumped down, but Tanuki finds TTK in the tail end of this fight. This skirmish that 100 Thieves and Citadel are going to go hand in hand, and it's going to be even so far.
And it's time for the Omega Hurricane. 100 Thieves are zoning out all the KOs on the chicane here, but Delena is going to leave it all to Terra here as they hold firm and will be able to push the mission vehicle even further beyond. Enzo jumping onto the Strange, though, maybe looking to contest this nice and quick. Got a Mischief coming out there. Ken is ready to activate as the portal comes up right up front. Stop and go.
Stop and go. 100 Thieves waiting to pull that trigger. Ken pops the invisible boundary as everyone on 100 Thieves look to respond in that time. Harvey also saving his own ultimate, but keep your eyes on Vinny's ultimate. He's going to be the difference here if he's able to find the landing blow as Tanuki pops the Living Chi, punches away, becomes a little bit of a helicopter as he tries to rain down hell. The Fist of Fury trying to be in favor. Enzo comes in, stuns off 3, but Harvey should be able to keep everyone alive as 3 go down on Citadel. TTK pops the meteor just to finish what is left of Citadel. No portal, no chance. 100 Thieves take point 1.
They will advance, branch their way through, and they are going to be happy with that result. Their hard work pays off there, and Citadel now looking to change things up. Tanuki is bringing out the Devil here and now, ready to try and strike fear into their opponents, and they're already hunting down. You can see they're hiding around the sides. They're looking to run it around the back, maybe up top, maybe down low. You never know where Tanuki's going to go.
100 Thieves also make a quick adjustment. Delena, now that they got the first point, will switch over to the Hela, who has been on an absolute tear from what we saw in that past map. TTK, though, will find Melio on the tail end of Citadel Gaming's backline. Alex will pop that invisible boundary as Melio has his ultimate as well. Ken and Polly look to team up to try to find something, but Terra, here he goes. Here comes the Terra show. Here comes the Terra form as Terra bends the land to his will as he tries to find more and more, but Citadel look to respond immediately.
Terraforming the terrain here, bringing out what they can. Citadel trying to respond, but they are not able to find the KO through yet. The mortality is being felt, and they do have access to the boundary. Can to bring it up at the clutch moment. Soul Resurgence popped in kind. Strangling Prison from Vinny, turning it out with the wall there. Could get the KO. Alex is down. Got us to death coming up from Delena. Goodbye Tanuki. Enzo in a lot of trouble. Will fall as well. The Thieves are taking point here. TTK and Co explode onto the mission vehicle.
Citadel Gaming have to find the reset, have to find the regroup. 100 Thieves, the heist is looking good, already at halfway towards that second point. What else do Citadel have in them? They don't have the portal off cooldown just yet. Still waiting. Yep, 12 seconds left. Thank you, production, for pointing that out. But Citadel need to find the retake despite the lack of ultimates.
Despite the lack of ultimates, they still have to turn up and find. They will not go willingly into the good night here. They have to hold down the front lines, and it's all going to come down to this. Delena, nice zone out on Melio there, bringing out the Kraken impact. It's Terra back on track here, trying to track through the KOs. They pick it up. Tanuki bringing out one of the.
Oh my god!
It's
oh my god!
KOs! Terra and TTK bring the pain and obliterate!
Citadel have to experience another team wipe as they look to adjust their composition yet again. Tanuki going over to the Jeff. Alex now on the Luna Snow. Ken swapping over to the Rocket Raccoons and Melio as well. A full rebuild on Citadel to try to crack what is this 100 Thieves push. Find a way to slash the tires on that load, on that site. Can 100 Thieves get the job done though? Vinny with that Strangling Prison could be the difference.
Oh, it could be, but the Fate of Both Worlds is coming up in kind there. Great response from Alex, and they're building up to a few more ults of their own as well. Kraken impact around the corner could be the answer here. Delena does have the Goddess of Death as well, though, and Melio has gone down. Luckily, they've got the BRB to bring them straight back, because that could have been nasty there. But the Thieves, they're still pushing ahead on this one.
That's a great cooldown burn for 100 Thieves as Delena point blank pokes out Enzo's head. The eyes are gone as Citadel look to find a way back in for ultimates invested. Tanuki finds 4, but is he able to get away to safety? Can he find the ending blow? It looks like the answer will be a resounding no, but Tanuki will find the isolated frag onto Melania. Delena goes down as well. Citadel looking to get the hold going. 1 minute 30 left on 100 Thieves.
Oh, isolating them from their teammates is going to be impact enough here. Trying to zone them out as much as they can. Stagger out the KOs, stagger out the timing here. They have got the recipe, and it is working out to perfection here. Enzo, a key ultimate to respond to 100 Thieves right now is the Eye of Agamotto, but they've got nothing else. The Thieves have almost 5 ultimates to dive into this next fight. It could really come down to the wire here. Alex is going to need to dive in for their team.
Alex needs the dance floor of a lifetime if they're able to come back into this fight. Can 2 ultimates outplay what is an onslaught of 100 Thieves? TTK wants to say no from 100 Thieves as 100 Thieves onslaught onto Citadel Gaming. Can 100 Thieves get any sort of advantage going? Here comes the Eye of Agamotto only tagging up to Vinny, and so it's not going to matter thanks to Melania with that Soul Resurgence. Now it's Harvey's turn to resurge the souls of 100 Thieves, and Citadel are looking strong. They still have 6 members, but they have to find a way back. Melio is step 1.
Step 1, and it's not all done. There's still more in store here. Melio is waiting for their time to make a statement, time to make an impact, and here it is, booming down. They've got the next tick. They can drain it off the clones. Vinny is down. Melio looking for more. The OT timer is everything here. Melania in deep trouble, but they will be able to slip away. Harvey keeping them online here. This is exactly what they need. It's Jeff from Tanuki, though. They've got the Mantis, and they are running away.
Somehow the point was inching closer and closer to that third point, but look at how close that overtime is. It's gonna exhaust 100 Thieves, cannot get the triple done, and Citadel will deny overtime.
Can you believe it? They deny it right on the edge of greatness. Amazing work coming through on the defense there. And now it's time to switch the pace. Time to see Citadel in their attacking segment here. The Thieves need to put on the defense of a lifetime if they want to take us one step further to a map 5.
I hope everyone's voices are still intact, because 100 Thieves need all your power, all of your screams, all of the cheers if they want to make the hold of a lifetime. Like you said, Citadel, they are so close to taking out 100 Thieves, taking out another America's team, and flood this bracket full of EMEA prowess.
And speaking of prowess, just look at the scores right now. So much impact has been made by the Thieves here, but Citadel are the ones who hold it firm. You know, seeing Terra, Delena putting in the hard yards for their squadron. One and the same, you know, Enzo has just been so key for Citadel. Seeing those Agamottos come in when it counted is exactly what you want to see delivered. But they're giving us a nice gift right now for the Thieves. It's the triple, and here's the thing.
Here's the thing. That's Vinny. That's it. He's the thing. Anyway, he's gonna try to find that front line. It's going to be a little bit of adjustment. He does have has the chance to go for the group, but has a feeling that the thing might be the answer. Will it be, as Citadel make the push? It's their turn as they look to get the push going with the Storm rollout that we've been seeing time and time again. Terra goes down, but thanks to the BRB, he'll be right back into this fight. TTK, though, has to be the front line, has to be the difference, as the triple has to stay alive, and all they have to do is burn down the clock. Vinny haymakes onto Tanuki, and that's gonna throw a wrench into Citadel's engine.
Yeah, gonna be trying their best to stay a well-oiled machine here, but they are not gonna be able to keep our things clean. It's gonna be the Strangling Prison coming out. Agamotto in response, though. Terra gonna be able to play around this one. No KOs online yet, but now they flow together. The Thieves hold firm, hold strong here, and they got the runes to support them, but Citadel, they're not letting up. They are trying their best to force their way in.
Vinny circling around, trying to ground people into the ground as the thing clobbers up to. Citadel have their own response as the Omega Hurricane and the Fate of Both Worlds can also popping as a Sharknado immediately dispersed by TTK, who gets a double. 100 Thieves deny the push that Citadel have been planning for oh so long, as Harvey and Terra and the rest of the Thieves look to hold off Citadel yet again.
Mission aborted there. Look to go in the next one as Citadel need to find a way in. Terra, oh! Locked in place, the wall comes in clutch, and now Terra goes down. What a swift response from Melior. Luckily they had the BRB to bring him back, but now they're taking him down with a final judgment. TTK is out of here.
TTK has to make the long walk back onto the side. Terra now dangerously low yet again. You cannot go down. No BRB will save you this time around as Polly comes in with the Strangling Prison. Alex will find Delena, but 100 Thieves are down to one member. Enzo tags onto two, and it's the two strategists available, and 100 Thieves get shut down as there's no more utility. Now Enzo, look at him. He's circling his hands. He's going to try to find a counter portal play.
Nicely done, taking away the play and looking to see if Portal Combat will be what they need. They scout ahead for now, but cancel it out. It's good to play that game of informational warfare. Prepare yourselves for what's to come, but what is to come is the Thieves waiting at the line, at that choke point there, ready to stall them out as long as they can.
Terra now switches over to the Star Wars, putting in some extra firepower in 100 Thieves as they know that the time is running short for Citadel. If a map 5 even is possible, 100 Thieves need to make the hold of a lifetime. Terra takes to the skies, writes his own legend, but will not find a whole lot thanks to Alex with that Fate of Both Worlds. And now Tanuki has a chance, can team it up with Ken to find that Omega Hurricane. The Sharknado could be lethal, and it will take out Harvey as as they try to find even more, but Melio will take out Terra, so far it's going to be a 1 for 2 in favor as Polly looks to be the difference.
Making all the difference. It's a triple KO. Oh, there, Polly puts in a work when it counts and gets the mission vehicle over the line. More time added to the count here. More time to play into this one, and the Thieves need a reset and give it a go again.
Terra, is this the adjustment? Terra now on the Magic. A pick that we do not see very, very often. But Terra has a feeling that this might be the difference as Polly and Melio teaming up with the Strangling Prison and the Final Judgment to try to laser down anyone on 100 Thieves, but they are able to hold off until the Eye of Agamotto lasers down what is left of 100 Thieves as 3 go down, and the Magic pick will fall flat for now.
Nicely done by Citadel there, causing havoc. They are not able to play into the chain team up there for the Thieves and have pushed in a different direction. Terra is on the bucky right now, ready to see if they can get lucky on this one and try and stick it through with some more KOs, because Citadel, they're getting closer and closer to the edge here. We're seeing God of Mischief come up in the Soul Resurgence, doing the best they can. Polly has gone down. A good start from the Thieves into this one, but they're going to have to put in more than that. Down, there you go. Singling out KO after KO. They're putting on a show here on that defense. And now there's only a minute and a half left to go.
90 seconds between a map 5 scenario for Citadel and 100 Thieves. That AoE damage coming in from Vinny and TTK. The Maelstrom of Madness up on top of Vinny's right click just has so much lethality onto them. It's Vanguards, but they're still making the job done. But Citadel have to go for the retake now as Ken and Alex have to use their ultimates to their utmost advantage to get stunned up, but none go down just yet. But Tanuki will get taken out thanks to Terra slamming down the gauntlet. He goes for it again. Here comes Polly with that Strangling Prison, but the invisible boundary will save them for the time being.
Keeping the fight online as long as they can. Terra jumping in with the Kraken impact though, chaining in the damage. Enzo's down, they're on for more. Terra fire! Is sending their packing!
Terra still has that ultimate available, will burn it finally. 100 Thieves, 30 seconds. Can you force map number 5, a scenario we have not seen here in the Grand Finals? Citadel, this is their moment. This has to be their final fight. This has to be the perfect fight. It has to be their cleanest, as Enzo has that Eye of Agamotto. Tanuki will pop the Omega Hurricane, and Melio will pop his as well. Enzo has his Eye of Agamotto still saved and ready to go, and they will take out Millennia's ultimate as Enzo pops the Eye of Agamotto. Will only tackle to Millennia, but Millennia will not go down. And Terra, look at him. He's got the ultimate yet again, as everyone on Citadel have to backpedal into safety for now as the overtime meter comes into fruition. Harvey has the Goddess of Death, God of Mischief, I should say, as everyone on Citadel desperately trying to hold, trying to push, but 100 Thieves with the stun, with the play, takes out Melio. So it's only a man advantage for 100 Thieves. Citadel need to find a way back. Is that going to be the difference? No! Polly goes down despite getting the Strangling Prison down, but 100 Thieves have to hold off for just a bit longer. That overtime meter goes all the way down. 100 Thieves out of nowhere will take over Midtown, and we go the distance. We go to 5.
5 and alive. 100 Thieves are feeling it right now. We are in for another nail biter of a series, and my goodness, what a way to close out that map. Terra was just on fire, an inspiring presence inside and outside of the server, and look at that, 19 final hits for their team. They were just going on destruction derby.
Terra, man, able to use his full potential. Everyone 100 Thieves, they are very, very good players, and they know how to enable each other, and they know that Terra is their winning formula. And if they're able to all in onto Terra, use all the resources, this is what happens. 45 eliminations, 19 final hits, 42,000 damage. and Citadel need to get it together. Now, their backs truly against the wall this time around. Not only is it a map 5, this is also their tournament lives.
That's it. They're on the edge of their seats there. Will they stay? Will they go? Let's break it all down right now with the analyst desk.
A story worthy of Marvel Comics itself. Kevin Feige's like, write that down, Vicky Moxie, write that down. They said, hey, Tara, what an inspiring performance. I'm inspired. I have my Tara white Crocs on right now. Saw him on stage, had to bring it to the booth as well. Y'all, game 5. I mean, this is what you want to see at the top level play. Moxie, Citadel, they look to try to get back to what they've become. I mean, they've been so steadfast, even if they lose games. Break it down.
I mean, you were saying Terror is an inspiration. He was getting permanently inspired as well because that Mantis made it through the ban draft. Something I want to talk about as well is the fact that Thieves have obviously done their homework. They had such a good, intelligent game plan in check to be able to take over that Jeff NATO composition. I'm sure we're going to get to see it when we have a look at those highlights coming on through because that Rocket Cosmic Yarn Amplifier with Meteor M combination was lethal.
I mean, with 100 Thieves, Vicky, it's always come down to the last second, I feel. When we were over there on the Kunlun map, right, you have Millennia, who has 2 huge picks, Angela, Psylocke, it's about to happen, and then time ran out.
Yeah, because when you look at Millennia and the It's Jeff timer also ran out when they were eventually trying to not only get the stall, but he had gotten the It's Jeff on the Psylocke and Angela. That was so important, but you got a GG go next, and that's exactly what they did here, right? Literally, the Terra and TTK show. They literally add the T to 100 Thieves when it comes to some of these crazy plays and highlights.
I have to just say, for me personally, when your back's against the wall like 100 Thieves, I mean, this was it, right? This was everything on the line. Why not lean on what works best? And that is why Terra is Himothy and why he got it done once again, Mox.
I think that is now just unequivocal, right? We can't debate it. Terra is just the best Winter Soldier. I mean, the amount of eliminations that he was finding, not even with the Kraken impact, but just in the base neutral gameplay, with the Mantis damage boost, also from the Loki getting that damage boost off of the regeneration domain too. 100 Thieves from that absolute element on those attacking pushes.
No, absolutely. And listen, for me, Vicky, when you look at what they bring on the other side, Citadel, as much as we talk about Terra, Paulie is him. I mean, okay, we have Captain America this time in the form of Tree. I mean, what can the man not do?
Yeah, honestly, first off, when I was looking at the Seed Vinny on Groot, Paulie on Groot was something else. Because you look at the other side, you're like, oh, they let Groot, Mantis, and Loki go by. And then here comes Paulie popping off on the Groot himself. The isolations off the walls were fantastic. And then even during the Heart of Heaven game that we saw, Melio was out of Psylocke's jail. Melio was finally able to get enabled there, which I thought was a really big deal here, Moxie.
Yeah, I mean, that Heart of Heaven, it's something that Citadel have really started turning into. I think the biggest problem for them, though, is still adapting into the Jeff, to the point that on the first round, we actually got to see them roll out with Melio, not on the Psylocke jail, but on the Ultron, something from 4.0, which is a thing of the past, but it was one of the things that a lot of these teams used to be able to try and disconnect the It's Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, I feel like we can start giving maps to different teams. And right now, I'm ready. Heart of Heaven, it belongs to Citadel. I mean, the way they're able to play that map and clutch it up time after time again. For me, right now, what is going to be what each team needs to do? Moxie, I want you on Citadel. 100 Thieves over there for Vicky. To win, take this thing home and push the other out of this bracket.
I think, honestly, from Citadel, because so much of 100 Thieves' game plan is just getting Terra on a hyper carry duelist, maybe a ban on the Bucky would be a good idea here. Not only do you push Terra off of his staple hero, it also means if you want to go for the Jeff save, you get much more value from the It's Jeff ults.
Dude, the fact that he has 42,700 damage, he went 45 and 5.
45 and 5.
Like, I mean, every single day I keep getting impressed by these big playmaking ultimate utilizations from a lot of our duelists, man. This is insane.
I just imagine I remix back there and he's like, all right, team, this is what we're doing. Terra, you just keep doing what you're doing. All right, great job over there. And when we looked at Delina and Terra together, right? Delina set up, like I wanted to say, the T of damage for Terra, then to continue on with the final hit machine that he continues to be. recipe, and you said it, Moxie. What's the perfect recipe for that? It's Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing 100 Thieves as well put so much stock into it that they're actually one of the few teams that we've actually seen on the stage save the Winter Soldier. They had the opportunity to go for a save on something like the Loki with that Mantis, but they prioritized getting Terra on his hero instead.
Hey, listen, we went to Heart of Heaven. We got one more heaven for you. This time it's Hell's Heaven. Oh my goodness. Ladies, to determine who wins, who goes home, it's domination to figure this whole thing out, which is always just a grudge match, right? I mean, just absolutely, there's still strategy involved, but it is just mechanics versus mechanics. Who's got the clutch gene? Vicky, 100 Thieves. Do they have what it takes to take it home?
We're going to have to see, because if anything, it's Citadel who have been able to play on Hell's Heaven at least twice, and they've gone 1-1. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves, I believe this may be the first time we see them in Hell's Heaven for Grand Finals.
Yeah, Hell's Heaven is Citadel's home stomping ground, essentially. They were undefeated until once when they were taken out, as we're going to be seeing the Mantis getting removed first from both of these teams.
That's good.
It's not a convoy map, so there is no reason to try and prioritize that Emma ban instead.
Wow, I mean, this is the most important draft for both of these orgs in the history of what they've done here in Marvel Rivals. 100 Thieves, coach v coach. I mean, Sola, it's the insta-save to the job. I mean, to just the hero that got it done for them.
Yeah, I mean, this means that Citadel don't get the opportunity of having the Winter Soldier. It's the instant save rather than the second save. I think 100 Thieves thought that there was going to be a Winter Soldier ban coming on out and want to safeguard Terra's hero pool.
You know what? They're like, hey, get rid of Jeff then. We don't need him. We'll take the Soldier.
And it's literally what happened last time, right? Because in the very beginning, instead of like just auto-banning Mantis on Citadel side, they auto-banned the Jeff, and that's why it allowed 100 Thieves to protect the Mantis. But what they weren't expecting is what Moxie already mentioned, saving the bucket to the very end. But now that they've revealed that card up their sleeve, you got to protect it from the beginning as they get rid of the Captain America. That forces the Venom protect, because you still want to be able to rock that dive.
Yeah, the Venom is going to be there, but we're not going to be getting to see the Captain America alongside it, because both Polly and Enzo can play those dive Vanguards. If we do see a double dive Vanguard lineup, it's going to be onto the Angela instead.
I'm getting I'm getting a little nervous because Jeff, we know what he can do on Hell's Heaven, and I know
and
maybe
he's making it really tougher.
Right, it's like the Venom save. It's like, okay, is that bait or wait? No, it's Hell's Heaven. You got to get rid of Jeff.
I mean, you know who else is really good on Soldier's Factory, guys? It's Angela. Our one winged angel queen herself. So just take a look at the disruption that could come out as they protect the Psylocke next. Melio no longer in Psylocke jail for another game.
That's big. Like, that Psylocke is going to be able to mark out dive compositions. It's going to be able to put pressure onto flying compositions too. And it means that you've got the follow-up onto the Venom as we get to see 100 Thieves. This is the adaptation, right? It's a best of 5, not a best of 3. So both of those teams get the opportunity from the previous maps to feel out each other's win conditions and remove them from play. Tanuki loses the Daredevil.
I am my mouth is wide open, just speechless. I thought maybe Emma with the Psylocke save try to shut down the echoes. No, it's Daredevil. We have a Bucky save and a Daredevil ban. Adam Warlock, Delina is going to be able to play the Golden God.
And this is probably going to proc a Loki ban is what I'm assuming right here, right? Because this is also just part of the mind games in the pick and ban phase. You only have so many. Time is of the essence as they try to ponder on what it is, and it is the Loki ban. And I like this because this is them also thinking ahead, because this is what forces out that final ban.
Here we go, guys. The match and stage is set. Hell's Heaven will determine our first match 5 for one of these teams to be going home here at the biggest stage in Marvel Rivals history. It's 100 Thieves versus Citadel. Take it away, casters.
There's one going. It's the 5th, the final map here on Hell's Heaven. Will it be Citadel? Will it be 100 Thieves? Stay or go? It's all down to this. And let's see exactly how our players are feeling right now. They're focused up. You can see no emotions, cold as they get ready for battle.
You cannot get the nerves get to you. Citadel and 100 Thieves, they know what's at stake. They know what's on the line. It's a tournament life. Blinking red for both teams. And what better way than to settle it at the depths of Hydra's hideout.
Straight in to Hell's Heaven here. Who will be able to take control early into the mission area as the gates no longer close. They're wide open and ready for our teams to make the plays they're looking for. But what I like to see is Cloak and Dagger coming out the gates.
Harvey operating on that Cloak and Dagger, a pick that we don't see too often as well, but the early save onto Terra's Winter Soldier. Does he get the Hell's Heaven buff right now? Because 100 Thieves, they're putting all in onto Terra, who has been on an absolute tear on this Winter Soldier. But Citadel, have they made their adjustments? Have they gone to the drawing board? Are they able to adapt and overcome 100 Thieves as Delena finds the right click onto Polly? That's going to be a huge man advantage for 100 Thieves. And this is where we set the tone. This first fight is where it all matters. And it looks to be all 100 Thieves as Enzo gets pinned down, but does have utility thanks to his fellow teammates.
Luckily, they're able to stay online. Tanuki not so lucky, though. Will be going down there now, taking advantage of the portal. Terra in a bit of trouble, does manage to push through. It's going to be the boundary into the Eternal Bond. Delena still online with a Cocoon as well. Can pop on the boundary and ready to go. It's time for the Psionic Seduction. The big hug coming out from Vinny, but it's Harvey finding the KOs onto the Strategist right now, minimizing the healing impact, and now the Thieves open the account.
Not entirely sure, but it seemed like Melania and Harvey did stack up their ultimates, maybe to just get extra healing onto the site, just to prevent from Citadel from finding any sort of way back. But now the control comes 100 Thieves. They tanked their ultimate economy a little bit, so now they have to regain it, recover what was lost, and Citadel look to find a way back in. Alex with the Fate of Both Worlds, and Tanuki with that Galactic Legend.
It's going to be all down to this, and a Psionic Seduction is popped immediately there. No response from Citadel yet. They're holding strong into this one, playing the angles, looking to minimize that impact, and now looking to see if they can find a pack to their own. Polly in a bit of trouble. Big choke slam there. Tuki one in the same, forced to fall back here. The Thieves still holding on to this one, but Enzo finds the opening. Galactic Legend to further their pursuit into this, and now they're holding on.
How long can 100 Thieves stall until Citadel take over? They're going to settle at 51% as 100 Thieves look to get the reset going. Delena has that Karmic Revival, and oh my goodness, Citadel, you are just stalling, making sure that 100 Thieves take way too long to come back as they stagger out Harvey.
Yeah, great way to stagger out those KOs there, build up a lot more percentage for yourselves there, and give 100 Thieves a little bit more waiting time here as they are starting to force their way into the front right now. Terra focused up on the Enzo. Does know Polly's lurking around the back as well, but Tanuki one and the same, trying to see if they can zone their way onto the Strategist here. Melio, it's time to go dancing, and they aren't going to be able to get much from it. It's the Feast of the Abyss bumping up as well. Eternal Bond, it's going to be the KO going in favor of Citadel. The Kraken Impact could turn it around, but Fate of Both Worlds is going to be good to keep them up. Karmic Revival for the Thieves, just in case they need it. Millennia is back on deck.
Great Strangling Prison as well. Delena using the Karmic Revival to bring everyone back. Also using the Soul Bind to prevent from anyone going down from the Dance of the Butterfly from Melio. But Melio still finds an opportunity, but Harvey does come back. Melio, now he goes down thanks to Terra, the star of 100 Thieves versus the star of Citadel. And they look to showdown here on Hell's Heaven as Citadel still gaining control, still have the control of the site as they overtake the percentage point for the time being.
Will be able to get control there. Melio jumped onto the Strange for a second. They were thinking about contesting, but they're not going to be able to do it. They weighed off their options, and they will fall back, considering they've still got a bit of time to walk back to the mission area here. They can still contest this one. It's not going to be that last stand moment, but what we are going to have to withstand is a Feast of the Abyss, a possibility for Citadel and a Galactic Legend there. The Thieves, they got Psionic Seduction, but they've got a couple more on the behind there. We could see Eternal Bond, but for now, it's opened up. Ken is down, and that is a key KO for the Thieves.
TTK, keep your eyes on him with the Psionic Seduction. He's going to have to zone away what is left of Citadel, but Polly and the rest of Citadel looking to make the first move. They go for the Feast, they get the anti-heal down, but it's only for a few seconds, and 100 Thieves are okay with waiting that out as the Psionic Seduction buys a bit of time. Harvey has his own ultimate as well, and now they have to burn it as Delena takes out Enzo. A man advantage for the time being, but the BRB brings it to even footing. 100 Thieves need to keep the Citadel from moving any forward as Melio goes for a different approach. Has the Dance of the Butterfly coming up very, very soon. He's going to go for it, but the Eternal Bond is perfectly timed, and they will deny Melio from finding anything. And now Terra slams down the gauntlet. What seems like the 20th time in this entire series. Can he find more as the Fate of Both Worlds has to wait wait for him to strike, and Terra bends the lands yet again as he finds more, and he goes for it again. Terra, pop off king.
Terra, a masterclass in the Winter Soldier once again, claiming Eldritch Monument and moving on to the frozen airfield. Will this yield the result they're hoping for? Will this be the Thieves' chance to claim victory? Or will Citadel spell trouble and take it all the way down the line here? It is a make or break into this matchup.
Oh, my hands are shaking. This is absolutely intense. Everyone is watching, the world seeing who will move forward in this lower bracket match. Citadel now on the back foot. We talked about this. They know the situation very, very well. Backs against the wall, ultimately 1 round away from elimination. Can Citadel keep their cool? Will they stay calm? Will they stay collected? Or will 100 Thieves just land that finishing blow?
It's all on this. It's going to be a portal to open up the round here. TTK scoping out where they're coming from here. Might be looking to catch them off guard as well. But it's great to scout ahead here. They can try and catch them round the back. Look at this. They're prepared and exploding out the portal. Denied by the wall. They stall them out, but they're trying to lock a KO in. Not going to be able to find the execution in the beginning there. A great reaction from Citadel.
Citadel now reacting very, very well, repositioning quickly. Ken now on the Loki this time around, so try to deny some of that dive potential, some of that AoE damage as the strangling prison from Poly locks down so many members as Tanuki is his turn on the gauntlet. He slams down 5 and everyone falls. A hexa kill for Tanuki.
Amazing work coming out from Citadel. Tanuki claims control of the mission area and shows they can do it too on the Winter Soldier. They are ready to match or exceed Terra here. It is going to be a battle for the ages, but now the Thieves are looking to run their way back in. Oh, Cook! They're locked in place. Terra trying to strike him out. Millennia picks up the KO there. What a reaction from the Thieves. They're heaving their way forward. Ken's ready with the boundary though. They can keep this one in their favor.
So much scrap, so much fighting happening, and it's all in the closest of margins. Ken now pops the God of Mischief, but he goes down. Terror and Vinny teaming up to 5-3. Everyone on Citadel fall, but Belio has that Karmic Revival, is in the cocoon. Does he go for it? He will resurrect himself, but will he resurrect his team? No, it's not going to be just yet. And 100 Thieves still not seizing control of that site just yet, but everyone on Citadel crumbling 1 by 1.
1 by 1, they all go down. Amelia lost to fall there, so great stall from the Thieves. They claim control of the mission area just as Citadel were on the edge of 60. And the Thieves have almost a full arsenal of ultimates here, so whatever Citadel bring to them, the Thieves are ready to react at a moment's notice. That Karmic Revival on both sides is going to come in clutch, but it could be a battle of who pops first.
Who pops Q? Who goes first? 100 Thieves have their pattern of going for the offensive move, but Citadel are given time to get some ultimates up and ready to go. But the Strangling Prison lands onto everyone, but great peel, great shields coming in from Enzo to keep everyone alive, and well, Delena is forced to use that Karmic Revival to bring everyone of 100 Thieves back into the fray as Citadel look to do the same on Melio. Ken gets dangerously low, but gets brought back. Alex as well, but 100 Thieves have to make the push happen. They have to make something work as Alex and Melania create another Venn diagram across the battlefield.
Open it up and solve the equation, and the Psionic Seduction is trying to zone him through here. Polly opens up the Strangling Prison, locking him in place there. Not going to be able to space out the KOs just yet though, but it's going to be Terra back online with the response. They've lost Millennia, but now they're zoning out more of their own. Going to be responded to by Polly, however. Nicely done by Citadel. They refuse to go down. Polly eventually will fall though. The Thieves are staggering out these KOs. Enzo is in so much trouble, but now we're back online, and 100 Thieves are powering ahead.
Is this their moment? Have 100 Thieves done the work? Are they able to complete their heist. Citadel have to resort to the Doctor Strange portal. Enzo switches over to it now, but this is where they have to execute everything perfectly. 100 Thieves have the Strangling Prison and the Eternal Bond. Ken with the God of Mischief will find a way back, but Terra pops the cocoon of Melio, and here we go. The onslaught of 100 Thieves have to make the push happen. They have to stave what is the fortress of Citadel Gaming, and they look to do just that. Enzo tries to clap back, but everyone on Thieves trying their best, trying to stand tall on this site as TTK uses the silence deduction to try to zone everyone from Citadel away from the site. Delano right clicks Enzo. The overtime meter slowly but surely going down. Polly comes in with the Strangling Prison, but it only strangles himself as everyone on Citadel falling to pieces. The fortress of EMEA slowly but surely falling down one after another. 100 Thieves, the hometown erupt for them as 100 Thieves make their heist happen. We move forward in this lower bracket.
Congratulations, 100 Thieves! Your journey has not come to an end. It will remain ongoing. Up and up and up. They are on the high trend. And Harvey will take the MVP to close it out there. What an insane series. All 5 maps. And we be eating good today, Dan.
That if it was one match we had to cover, this was the perfect one. EMEA and America going at it again, this time in the lower brackets, but unfortunately, Citadel could not get it done. They had so many ways to adapt their draft, adapt their game plan, but 100 Thieves this time around enact revenge onto Citadel.
Yeah, the revenge story has been fulfilled. So bittersweet as we'll see 100 Thieves press on. But Citadel, unfortunately, their journey has come to an end. And this is not the end of their story. I'm sure we'll see Citadel time and time again. And they might yet seek their own revenge into the future of Marvel Rivals. And how well you have a best of 5 ahead of you. They do. They have to face the winner of Na'Vi versus Chopper Mag there. Insane stuff coming through. But let's hear all about how this match went down. We got an interview on stage right now.
Here with Terra, who seems a little exhausted after that game. Full best of 5 for revenge versus Citadel Gaming, who already beat you once in the groups. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling phenomenal. I mean, it shouldn't have been that close. It should have been a 1-3, but we choked a little bit on Kunlun, but we bounced back from that. We find out what we're good with, and then we just gave belt to ass for the rest.
So you seemed a little bit passionate there. You actually jumped up quite a bit in some of those earlier games. How much did this win mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. We're still in the tourney. We still have one more game to go. I think our whole goal, everyone's goal is to make it a championship Sunday and make it to the end of the day.
You took a few fights in that last map in particular, down ultimates. How confident were you in that, just being able to try and take those neutrals, or was it just a situation of just trying to run through that timer just a little bit more of that percentage?
I think we just know how to play the neutral against dive so well, and we were kind of trolling against it on like Dom and all that, and other maps like that. So after we figured out what we can do after they ban out stuff, I mean, we just find what we can play and what we're comfortable with, and like that's one of our like best comps that we ever play, and people know it.
And you mentioned you have at least one more series at minimum, and that is going to be against either Chopper Mag or Na'Vi. You've already played against Na'Vi in the groups. Do you have a preference out of those teams as to who you would play against?
I have no preference, always no preference, because you have to expect whoever you want to play. You don't get to choose who you get to play. But those teams are 2 very good teams that have been working hard ever since China, actually. They've been working really hard.
And speaking of since China, while you have played at an international event before, it's your first time playing in front of a home American crowd here at DreamHack Atlanta. How does it feel to be in this arena in front of some of your countrymen?
It feels really phenomenal. This is like the very first LAN of Marvel Rivals, and I'm very happy to be here putting on a show for my whole team, putting on a show for everyone. You don't get it anywhere else.
And to this audience that are giving you their support to keep this run going to represent the Americas, what do you have to say, not just to the people here, but everyone watching at home?
These are where the maps happen. There's no more best of threes. It's all best of fives, and this is where you get the best quality of matches. So let's keep it going!
Let's keep it going. Thank you all very much. People here in the venue, stick around. We're going to be doing a giveaway in just a moment right after we send it back to the analysis desk.